That one was spicy.
So the Warriors have to play 48 minutes.
So I think it's going 7. I have it. I have the Nuggets in 7.
Ant-Man, Batman, Watchmen, Lakers at 5.
It's money time now.
All right. I guess we could call this a collab between GoCast Podcast, and 10 Toes Down Podcast. Yeah, we just throwing it on emergency stream out here because look, it looked like something breaking tonight about it could be a lot. It could be just a lot about nothing, but at the end of the day, I'm one that always takes the sign. I always read the signs out there, man. When LeBron LeBron has been very chatty lately.
Yeah,
dog.
There's some friction out there between LeBron and his team.
Yeah, and it's being reported. It's been reported. I dropped a post about it. Obviously, I looked at the source. I said, okay, these guys can't be lying. These guys got their inside sources. They run. They might not be on Shelburne and Windhorse. I know LeBron tried to throw him out of the boat in that Pat McAfee interview, but they got they got their ends in the Laker organization, and obviously, if this stuff is dropping, signs are being sent out there. So, the first thing I did, I was texting Zay. I tried to send Zay the picture. So there's a picture of LeBron with the quote. He's sitting in the bucket hat, and I get it. He's watching his son play. He ain't trying to get nobody. He ain't trying to grandstand or nothing like that. But they came up for comment. And LeBron said, ain't nothing to talk about. That double, anytime you the double net, you hit a double negative.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they big mad. A double negative mean
nothing. Yeah, ain't nothing.
As I said, man, as I told Mr. FYF when he pulled up here, and I wanted to really get on that. I'll address that later too, because between him and Casual, I even did a video that I didn't release. I probably decided not to release it. But I did a video while I was speaking on it yesterday. But it's like, bro, these guys are media trained. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the other thing too, because everybody wondering where he going, right? And even Dreamers Pro chat saying Knicks are not. Let me tell you something right now. We ain't messing with that. We are looking for a championship. LeBron and LeBron ain't giving no discounts. If LeBron gonna get his money, LeBron's gonna get his money, but he's gonna want a representative contract. In his mind, he's still a $50 million a year player, at least 30, 40, 50. And good point by Dreamers Pro. You got to remember, LeBron is getting his ducats in a row. LeBron is rich and he's technically worth $1 billion. But he ain't got $1 billion in liquid assets, and he wants to be an owner at the end of the day. You understand what I'm saying? So, I could get behind LeBron trying to get in bed with the Vegas group, right? Obviously, LeBron's gonna want all of his money because at the end of the day, as Charles reported on Dreamers Pro, he's building $100 million house in California, right? So. Unfortunately, Golden State fans, that might be you. Y'all might have to take them. Shout out to Hollywood Herb. Y'all might have to take a Golden State fan. Y'all have a little retirement home up there, But the Lakers are moving on. It seems like the Lakers are ready to move on. Obviously, they've been talking about it. LeBron feels some kind of way that he's not being consulted on things. And as I said, man. The ego, bro. It's like he wants to. He wants him to treat him like he old LeBron, like there's a future. Like I got whatever. Who says I'm gonna retire next year? I got another 4 or 5 years. Nah.
Oh. So I got if you want me to read.
Yeah, you can read it or put it up there. Definitely. You can read it off.
Yeah, I didn't get it on on anything I can post up yet. But
Okay.
I have it on my phone. They're talking about the Lakers have shifted their focus towards Doncic. That includes a recent meeting the Lakers had. According to an article by ESPN, the Lakers recently held a meeting with just Doncic in attendance without James. In that meeting, the Lakers leadership explained to Doncic how they're going to navigate the Doncic as its face. They wanted to show him how they are going to build the team around him. So the Lakers are already outside of the LeBron era. Now they're already moving towards Luka taking over as the face of the Lakers. So
yeah,
without LeBron being there.
Yeah. Which makes all the sense in the world. Obviously,
it does.
The future is Luka. The thing that LeBron is bitching about is that he's being treated like the stepchild. And it's funny because I made the video about him accusing Genie of pimping him out, but for revenue, revenue and jersey sales and all that for years. Which okay, yeah, that's what Genie got out of it. But now, like I said, and I get on this because me and my boy JB, we've been talking about this for years, man. We've been talking about this in private chats for years about how this is all been a money grab, and the money grab is not the Lakers. Well, that's why I've been saying Dr. Buss is spinning in his grave because Dr. Buss understood winning, the stardom in Hollywood and all that. That was that's all gonna come. You got to win with the Lakers. If you can't win, if you're not winning, there's no, so the idea that the Lakers are taking first round exits with Luka and LeBron at that price tag, they're not, And so now LeBron is like, okay, well, I got to go about my business. And if I'm not in control, again, he should understand you got to take the back seat now. You are not the future. How can you get mad at Pelinka, Genie, or any of them? They just drafted your son last year. They're still, they're still making plans with your son.
Boy. I mean, if it's fake, it's fake. But this is what ESPN is reporting. So maybe, I'm just saying.
The best LeClutch defense attorney in the business just commented. The best thing. That's what I learned. And he's a big boy. Did he come on and do a good opening? The trial, the opening statement. But I just learned something. FYF. This is not the court of law. This is not the court of law. This is the court of public opinion. The media deals in the court of public opinion, not the law. We didn't. Unlike Diddy, you got to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that what's what we did. Obviously LeBron don't look too happy about the current goings on. So of course everybody gonna do streams on it. You know what I'm saying? Look, it's summertime, bro. We ain't got Angel, shout out to Angel Reese who beat the best team in the league. Between her girl Cardozo had a double. Yeah, that was a pretty good game for the Chicago Sky. And looked like Reese is cooking. Obviously, they're still like 7-13 or whatever. But shout out to Angel Reese. He had another double. But other than that, and Cooper Flag had 30 in his game. I got to see what my Knicks did. We got blown up by the Pistons. But what else are we going to really talk about, right?
Shout out to Cooper Flag looking nice.
Yeah, Cooper Flag looking good. The second pick was looking good too. Or Harper. How did Harper do in that game? That's your Spurs.
Oh yeah. We looking all right.
Yeah, other than that, again, people got to stop. These guys ain't got to come out and get 50 every night. It's summer league, bro. It's summer league. It's glorified AAU ball in a lot of ways. But
my Spurs do have another defensive juggernaut. We're gonna be nice when we put everything together. We're gonna be a threat out west.
You know, and see, this is the thing, man. This is the thing. It's not a. You know what? LeBron has to. I gotta say this because he knows this, right? He's about to get into the point of trying to own a team, which I'm all for, right? So we need more black owners. You know, I feel like Jordan cashed out. We need black owners. The fact that LeBron owning the team, his post career, all important. And again, LeBron's going to want every bit of that 50, every bit, right? LeBron has got to get cash in the bank as he, you know, as he goes into his post. You know, when they give the Vegas team, you know, he's going to want to own it, right? I mean, that's clear as day. I don't know what. You know, when they're gonna okay the expansion or whatever, but you know he's got to do what he's got to do. At the end of the day, teams got to do what they got to do. And Summer League is about finding young talent, developing your young talent, giving them a chance, especially during the draft, to give them their first little taste of pro action. Yeah, does it mean everything? No, it just gives you an idea. It's like getting in the pool, right? It's the first little swim in the pool of professional basketball for a lot of these guys. So, you know, again, everybody's in their business of moving forward. That's what it is. Not like we say this, right? It's not about the past. Like LeBron, whatever the 7 years he's given the Lakers, or the 7 years he's given the Lakers, right? And as I've always said, me and JB always talk about it. This is not 7th grade. Y'all can keep trumpeting that bubble championship to the cows come home. That's not what the Lakers standard is. More than that, relevancy and ESPN clicks and all that, and jersey sales. Again, the Lakers want to keep winning over and over. They expect to win. They expect to be in the finals and conference finals and stuff like that. He's giving them a bubble, a cup, and a conference finals where they got swept.
Mm-hmm.
What is? I mean, does LeBron not understand? I'm sure he understood when he went to LA. The standard is the standard. Magic brought him into LA. I'm about to debate with Magic. Magic took them to 9 NBA finals. You took them to 1. You want a statue? Come on, bro. Shout out to 93Z in the chat. As he said, them brothers, KD, LeBron, they ain't got a home. They go from couch to couch. They go from couch to couch. They like Jody from Baby Boy. Shout out to 93Z, bro. You know, I was trying to text you before I came on, man. But look, man, yeah, because a programming note, I won't be doing unless I could do it Monday. Unless I could do it early Monday, because I'll be on the road. I'll be on the road Tuesday. I'm coming down your way, C-Dub to NC. I'll be there for a little while. So I won't do the show on Tuesday. I might do it Monday if me and JB could agree on a time or whatever. But if not, then this kind of substitute for it. So but yeah, that's just my take, bro. LeBron, my thing is too, and I know FYF will try to, come up with his defense attorney, it's what can LeBron expect at this point? They gotta move on. It ain't like okay, Steph and Steph, Draymond, they've earned the right to do whatever they want there in Golden State. Do LeBron really think he's earned the right to do what, to just get that respect there in LA? Does he really think this past 7 years was the 2 missing playoffs, 3 first-round exits, a bubble in a cup? Does he really think that is enough for him to have a say on what they do going forward? They're looking beyond you, LeBron, and you got the right to opt in. They signed that contract with you, right? They didn't sign a team option deal. They signed a player option. You opted in. They didn't give you an extension. They didn't give you the chance to say no, and that's where LeBron is hurt. You understand what I'm saying? You know what? FY probably is a taking a bar exam. He's the sports defense attorney, man. I'm telling you, man, this is what they do. But I mean, again, remember, this is the court of public opinion. At the end of the day, the Lakers are a business. They got new ownership. That new ownership is in the business of making money. That new ownership is in the business. They realize that winning and really competing and all that, and not just this fake competing, not just trying to turn first round exits and in-season tournaments into something like it means something. They want to start upholding Lakers standards going forward. I was just thinking about this coming back too, about my Knicks, man. Like, again, I know, look, me being a Knicks fan, 25 years, Patrick Ewing era, we tried our best to win a championship, didn't work. Never could get Ewing healthy, never could get the surrounding cast around him. The Knicks had to tank. We tried to tank 2 times in the past 25 years. We did it in 15. Yeah, 15.
I don't think LeBron's unhappy. He's getting 52 mils, so he's not unhappy in that way.
He's unhappy because he don't got to say. Now again, are they capping? Yeah, look in the media game. It's the court of public opinion. It could be all bullshit. That's what I thought. It could be all bullshit. Just like I was saying about KD. You came up and you said what KD mean. The problem is, I could see where Mark was coming from, where he couldn't understand and what Casual couldn't understand when they came up and called me out. Is, bro, KD had to be smart enough to know that it would be perceived that way. So the fact that you brought up the baseball thing, chuckled, and didn't think immediately to say, "Oh, yo, that's not MJ. Shout out to MJ. That's not a shot at him, but this is what I meant." Well, there you go. So now you gotta. Again, these guys know the court of public opinion because that's what they cry about all the time. Y'all always hating on us. Y'all, the media is always coming again. Yes, a guy wanted to comment. LeBron, and I get it. LeBron does not want to talk about that right now. But I ain't got nothing to talk about thing. There's a lot to tell. There's a lot to tell from that statement. It's a double negative. You're sitting there with the bucket hat, looking angry. Guess what the perception is? You angry. Now, I'm sure y'all gonna come out, because that's what a good representation would do. Come out and put a spin on it. But you feel a certain way. The Lakers are moving on from you. That's pretty clear. Look, LeBron's probably gonna play out the season, and either he's gonna hit. If he plays out the season, he's gonna hit free agency. He's gonna hit free agency, and it is what it is. Shout out to Rakim the Great because they was killing your take the other night. They gonna throw some. Look, LeBron, Drake, all these guys, they're the king of throwing subs. Drake threw all of their subs in that little song. And again, it's not it. Stop complaining about the beef that you want, from a year ago that you don't want to talk about. You keep telling us not to talk about the beef. Then you keep coming out throwing subliminal shots at people in every song you come out with. See, that's the thing, man. Come on, Drake. It's summertime. Where the party jams? You coming out talking about what did I miss? You missing everything. You still Clips just dropped a classic album, instant classic. I'm finna listen to that tonight before I go on the way to bed, man. Clips dropping a classic album. The last brothers that gave you L, and they ready for the smoke too, because they sick of you coming at their boy Pharrell. You know what I mean? Look, we talk everything here, but I was just throwing in an analogy real quick.
Yeah, have you heard it? That Clips album is.
Oh, that Clips album is fire. Yeah, that Clips album is fire, man. Fire. Like at least 4 or 5 tracks. You want to put on repeat. And once that, you got one trap that I wanted to skip over. You know what I mean? I think it was better than Kendrick album, to be honest. And I love Kendrick album. You know what I'm saying? So
it's a little more banging than Kendrick's album. I'll say that much.
Yeah. I mean, and Kendrick's verse on Whips, Chains, and Whips.
Oh, yeah. That's,
ooh. You know what I'm saying? So they came out with the fire. They came out with the fire, and oh my God. Again, one thing I've always slept on No Malice too, boy. No Malice, boy. He closed. I think he closes almost every track. And No Malice, because Pusha does the opening verse, and then Malice does.
Yeah, they ain't lost a step, man. They
yeah. Look, see, that's what I'm saying. The old heads, the old rappers, because crazy, right? No Malice is 51, 52. They still got it, bro. Well, I always say when it comes to hip hop, man, y'all be thinking just because Cass is old, they still ain't got man. Man, listen, it is what it is. But yeah, So again, the Anchor translator, because I believe when we gonna get back into basketball rap, this fanatic, but because I segue a lot. I believe that the clips was Pharrell's, especially on the tracks that he produced. I believe they were his angle translator, where Pharrell is giving him a fire beat, and it's a lot of cats is coming at Pharrell. Pharrell ain't no rapper. Drake is a rapper. Drake throwing subs at everybody. You know what I'm saying? Drake throwing subs at everybody. So Pharrell can't get back at Drake through bars. He ain't a rapper. But the Clips is his boys. And so they his anger translator. LeBron needs an anger translator, obviously. You understand what I'm saying? LeBron needs an anger translator. And unfortunately, when he goes out to Summer League to see his son again, which any good father should be doing, you know what I mean? Any good teammate, mind you, some of these guys might be his teammate. Mm-hmm. If you're going to give it one last chance for the Lakers to say, hey, you know what would help LeBron? Play some defense this year. That might get the Lakers back to respecting you a little bit, treating you a little better. Oh man, play a little defense this year. So you don't need. Here's the thing, LeBron. You don't need the numbers. You could be Scottie Pippen. Do what you LeBron fans love to say Scottie did for Mike. If Luka is Mike, be Scottie. Guard everybody. I know you're 41 years old. But you're beating Father Time, remember?
Yeah, that's a big ask.
That's a big ask, but let's keep it real. The Lakers need perimeter defense. Yeah. I got the comment fans in the comments telling us that we don't watch Lakers. I watch enough Lakers to know they can't defend the perimeter. They can't. And Ayton, you think Ayton is going to be the answer at center? Okay, good luck with that. Good luck with that.
For a stretch, the Lakers did have some nice defense because they were just switching and they were up on all the players. They wouldn't like that game when they played Jokic. They wouldn't let him move. Like they were right there under him, just going.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
They couldn't keep it up though. That's tough defense.
That's true. And what did I say? I said all year. I said, okay, look really good. From January 1st, they said they had one of the best defensive ratings in the league. But I said they're gonna see a team in the playoffs that's going they're gonna find a team in the playoffs that's just going. Because the thing is, it's one thing to beat these teams flying into the LA. It's and you getting the benefit of a lot of good whistle. A lot of cussing and grabbing but with some teams, and again, as you saw, Luka, Reeves, these guys were getting hunted. They were getting hunted. You know what I'm saying? LeBron had to actually step his defensive game up, which wore him out to end the games, which again was my theory of why I proved that in the fourth quarter they had nothing. So why they got outscored by them damn near 50 points in the fourth quarter of those games. You get outscored by 50 points in a 5-game playoff series, that's why you lost. In the fourth quarter of those series, those games, that's why you lose. You can't lose by -10 in every fourth quarter. You're going to lose. The same way that nobody can understand why the Knicks beat the Celtics, because the Knicks played better in the fourth quarters. The Knicks played better let's go back to last year against Philly. Oh, Joel Embiid was killing the Knicks the first 3 quarters. I said, what did he do in the fourth quarters? He averaged 1 point, he averaged 2 points a game in the fourth quarter. So was he really killing the Knicks? No, he would wear out down the stretch again. Oh, he wasn't healthy. Yeah, he wasn't healthy, and he's not in shape. He's not. It's a 4-quarter game. Look, shout out to FYF, showing me how the Pistons wore him down the way he didn't have it in some of them fourth quarters. The Jordan rules. The Jordan rules whoop Jordan out, even the GOAT. It can happen to the best. But that was the situation. From a basketball perspective, the Lakers gonna need perimeter defenders big time, and they're gonna need a wing. They're gonna need a wing. They lost DFS to Houston. You know, if their loss, it's Houston's game because DFS traded Dylan Brooks to get KD. They got his replacement right back in the door. They already got Amen Thompson.
Solid defensive team. Houston's gonna be tough.
Yeah, Houston gonna be tough. So you gotta, again, it's like ingredient. The way you build teams now, you gotta have ingredients. You gotta have ingredients. There's certain ingredients you need to win basketball now. The Lakers have ignored a lot of their needs for a long time, trying to chase these superstar-laden teams, and they don't. You know, again, I'm hearing about Jared Vanderbilt. I've been hearing about Jared Vanderbilt for 3 years now. Remember, they traded Westbrook away. It don't seem that long ago, but they traded Westbrook away 3 years ago. They got Jared Vanderbilt. He played like 50 games. 60 games. Remember, they comparing him to Rodman, Jared Vanderbilt. All right, let's see.
What's going on, Casual?
Yeah, man. So, we reacted to the article, the news, and all of that. Like I said, I didn't really want to do because I know, and again, I've been trying to get 2 shows in a week. I've been trying to get a little consistency on it, do 2 shows a week. But this week, again, Tuesday, I will be on the road. So, I'm trying to either have this one be the substitution for it, and then do one on Monday if JB could join me, because I know he want to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? I give him his chance to talk about this, because we really want to. This JB's dream to get LeBron off his team. A lot of Laker fans feel the way JB do. And again, it's just really good, because look, I'm a Knicks fan. I'll be happy to win a championship. Laker fans are spoiled. I get that. Laker fans are very spoiled. And again, there's the Kobe Laker fans who want to uphold the standard, right? Magic Laker fans, the Showtime Laker fans, all time Laker fans, right? And then there's the Laker fans that just want to be relevant. They want to be in the mix. They want to be talked about. Those are the guys that are satisfied with what LeBron and company has given them. You know what I'm saying?
Say something positive.
Hey, LeBron is one of the 10 best players that ever played this game, without a doubt. One of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Is that enough, or am I a hater?
I mean,
am I a hater?
He did play some pretty good defense last year. I will say, 40-year-old, he was playing. Yeah. I mean, he played some tough interior defense. I will say that much. So he's made the transition to being, I guess, a 4 or 5 fairly well.
Oh, he was talking to the chat. Yeah.
They go.
But yeah, I want, again, like I said, man, look, if we don't, you know how I go, bro. And it's funny because somebody in one of the comment section on when the post I was looking at, they was like, so he said the same thing. It's like, bro, you guys that love the court, when you delve into calling somebody a hater, just for giving LeBron the same criticism you give any other player, then it's like, bro, like, what do you say? It's like you wear nail polish. You're feminine. You wear nail. Like, why am I a hater for giving? I can criticize KD. I can criticize Curry, right? I could criticize any other player in the league. SGA, the foul merchant. Jaylen Brown, foul beta too. Too small, right? Jalen Brunson. Jason Tatum. I love Jason Tatum. I call him the Anthony Joshua of the NBA. Like, good player, championship worthy. What he said, Lamar said, I criticize everybody. I criticize my own teammate, Lamar. Jalen Brunson need to go right more. Jalen Brunson needs to stop over dribbling, play faster. Or I criticize anybody. Russell Westbrook can't shoot. My favorite player in the league. Be honest, can't shoot. My second favorite player in the league. I've been a fan of them since before they came in the league. I was a fan. I became a Russell Westbrook fan at UCLA because I love this story. And I love the fact that he goes hard, pause, and goes after the rock, plays 100% full speed all game. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, but here's the thing. Shout out to D-Lo. You know, yeah, he said he don't play too many. Well, come on, man, the content creator, bro. You know, you got to do. We got to talk about that. We got to talk about that Clips album too, D-Lo, and your Drake track. I know you ain't been that chatty about Drake lately, because you know that "What Did I Miss" song was not it, and that Clips album was fire, man. So, but you know, yeah, it's just we got, you know, we talk about. I'm very objective. The players that I like. Look, Grant Hill, one of the greatest sharpshooters, another one of my favorite all-time players. I'm about to list the negatives of so Travis tomorrow can't harp on it. So you can't harp on it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, D-Lo. You see no skips. You felt the same way. You said you felt the same way I did. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, yeah, I try to look at things from a objective perspective, because at the end of the day, right, I'll take any of these dudes on the Knicks. I wouldn't take LeBron on the Knicks. There's one reason: the media circus is going to come with it. He's going to want a big time contract. He's going to want if he still feels that he's giving you the 20 something, whatever he's giving you, This supposed to help your team. I don't think he helps teams no more unless he changes the way he plays. Unless he gives the little bit of athleticism and stuff that he has left, and whatever miles he has in his leg, he gives it on both sides of the ball. I don't think LeBron helps you out anymore. Now, if they build a retirement community up there in Golden State, everybody talking about they could win a 5th championship. No. Here's the problem with Golden State. They don't have no young people, and they don't have no young wings. And mind you, now you're using LeBron at a wing position with Draymond Green. Like, okay, Draymond, what is Draymond gonna play center? LeBron at the 4. Who's the young wing that Curry? And I'm assuming that they would trade Jimmy Butler. Number one, that team the payroll is gonna be like $400 million. Okay. Draymond, LeBron, Draymond is washed. I mean, these guys are getting old. If you're gonna build a retirement community up there and go to state and think it can actually win a championship, you better look again, like let's say with Houston, KD is 36, gonna be 36, gonna be 37, like I think he'll be 37 next year. The fact that KD's playing with YNs, he's playing with young bucks. He's playing, Van Vliet is like 31, 32. The rest of that core is pretty much young guys. DFS is a little longer too for getting another veteran, but they got the proper mix of veteran and young players. That's how you win today. You're not gonna win with a bunch of 30-something-year-olds leading your wasn't it? You're just not gonna make it through 82%, 82 games. I mean, look, shout out to Helly. Yeah, LeBron, KD, and Curry are not. Maybe 5 years ago that'd have been on, right? You can agree to that, C-Dub. 5 years ago during 5 years. Well, let's just say they put that team in coming in 2021, the year after the bubble, right? 5 years ago, Curry, Green, and LeBron, that would have been fire.
Oh yeah.
That was fire.
That was a championship team. Because they still had, they still had Clay, but they probably had to give something up. Look, they won not in 2021, but they won in 2022. You know what? Curry was hurt most of 2021. That was the season where he was hurt most of the season, right? But he's either way, what I'm saying is, idealistically, 5 years ago, that would have been a smoking team. Not in 2026. Absolutely.
Well, and mind you, you're not even talking 2026. You're talking 2027, because unless they trade Jimmy, now I'm sure the Lakers will be ready to do that. Lakers will take on that extra.
Jimmy? They want Jimmy? You think they want Jimmy
for LeBron? Yeah, I get younger. I know I got to pay a little bit more, but I get younger. Jimmy plays a little bit more defense this year, right now. I'm just saying, I don't know. I mean, again,
if you get playoff Jimmy, yeah, but if you get, Miami regular season Jimmy, I don't know if I want that.
I got you. I got you. I mean, again, you got to look at it both long term and playoffs. So you got to look at long term, how you get through the season and the playoffs. Can you get through the season, right? Because it's going to be, as I predicted on my show, there's going to be a lot of competition out there in the West. You know, to get that, you want to get a top 6 seed. To get a top 6 seed in the West next year, you're going to have to be really good. You're going to have to be contention level good. And you want to get a top 6 seed, you got to worry about no playing. No, again, if the Lakers are in the play-in, they probably get, because the league will probably, gives them all the foul calls. But again, you don't want to play. You don't want to play this one and out situation. Shout out to, I said the same thing, Rap God. I don't see the Lakers in the playoffs. I don't see the Lakers in the playoffs.
Yes,
I don't see it. Spurs. Again, you think about all these dark horse teams. Spurs are a dark horse team. Now, if Wemby is ready to go, if Harper's a hit, if Chris Paul's on his retirement tour, even if they trade him, you got something ready. You got something cooking. So all of these teams, all these young teams, Phoenix is gonna be horrible now. Phoenix is they done shot their low, but the Clippers done got better. The Denver got better. OKC done sold up their future. Why I think that LeBron is better than Jimmy Butler right now. Arguably, I don't know. Again, Jimmy plays both sides of the court more. Offensively, I'd say, yeah, LeBron is. But, I mean, there's not too much LeBron can do that Jimmy can't do. Jimmy came in and changed the Warriors around. The Warriors weren't going to make the playoffs if they didn't make that Jimmy trade. I keep it. The Warriors would not have been in the playoffs if they didn't make that Jimmy trade. You know what I mean? Again, everybody, people, LeBron is better than Jimmy. Here's the problem. You get more years out of Jimmy. You'll get more years out of Jimmy. So, again, I know they're both, in my opinion, Jimmy's a little bit overpaid and LeBron is overpaid as well. But LeBron, he's overpaid, but he still deserves that money. If that makes any sense. You feel me? He's overpaid, but he needs to like he's overpaid, but at the end of the day, he deserves the money. I don't know this clearly better. See, I got my problems with LeBron. My problems with LeBron or any player that plays once, not even this. My problem with LeBron is he will not bend to a system at this point. The system has to be him, and I think that's kind of the issue. Now, they did play a little. They were making a little bit of magic, him and Luka. I don't think they had much as chemistry problems as I thought they might have had. But by the same token, there's still an issue. There was still an issue that the Lakers got exposed in the playoff, where you're not getting enough defense. You're not getting fourth quarter execution. I don't know, man. Playoff Jimmy done took 200 things. Jimmy took two teams to the finals in this decade. LeBron's taking one. I don't know. I've seen Jimmy come and turn a team like the Warriors around. It wasn't going to make the playoffs. So objectively, it's funny. It's like, who do you think is the better player? Okay, probably LeBron is the better talent and player. Probably will get more accolades. But who is better to help a team win? I'm gonna say Jimmy, and I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use what I just said. Jimmy took two teams to the finals. One an 8 seed. One was a 5th seed. All right, the bubble counts, right? If we want to go to the idea that the bubble counts, well, who did they play? The Lakers play in the finals. Jimmy. So Jimmy took 2 teams to the finals, and he turned the team's fortune around. Again, he took the Miami Heat to another conference finals, I believe. I mean, I don't know. So he's had more success in this particular decade, and he didn't play with AD. He played with Bam Adebayo. You want to tell me that Tyler Hero is that much better than the third player on the Lakers? Okay. I'm just saying. See, I'm always looking, and that's what I do. I look at it, when I look at greatness of players, I look at it. Okay, you're good. You're on that level. Well, but I don't. I mean, if you're just a great player and your team ain't that good, and you got to come up with reasons why, I don't know. Oh yeah, that's not. I mean, again, I just made my point. You want to come up? You want to come up, casual, and tell me why I'm wrong? Because we ain't gonna be on all night. I dropped the link. Drop the link. CW, if you want. Because I don't know. Like I said, right now, today, I think I'm going Jimmy to help a team. If I wanted, put it this way, Jimmy is definitely a better second and third option than LeBron is, because LeBron is beefing because he really, he's really being treated like a second option for the first time in his life. In my opinion, LeBron has been the second option. That's going to open up another can of worms. That's going to open up another can of worms. LeBron has been the second option since the bubble, in my opinion, but ooh, yeah, we can do a little impromptu debate right now. So if you want to pick it up, Cash. LeBron, Jimmy Butler, arguably, maybe years ago. I think again. I come up here, and again, it's 10 toes down. I'll make controversial takes that nobody else want to say, and I will say, it looked like Cash just pulled up. Oh, so somebody pulled up. Okay, what's up, man?
What's happening?
What's going on? Which comment are you? Because I know you're not Cash.
I'm the fella that kind of needs to apologize for talking trash about Kobe just before.
Okay, what's going on, man? I think I talked to you before.
But I'm the biggest LeBron James fan ever, though, so we just want to preference that.
Okay. Are you from England or Australia? Sound like you're from Australia.
Nah, I'm from New Zealand.
Oh, New Zealand. Nah, I knew. Okay. So you're the biggest LeBron James fan.
Yeah, just from a like, I see the bad faith and the evilness that he's just constant, not use, but just his haters spew on him, and it's just, I'm just literally forced to just call it out. For example, when Stephen A. Smith said, "I'm pleading with LeBron James as a father to stop this," what was your thoughts on that?
Okay, I saw where Stephen A. was coming from. I also saw where LeBron's coming from, but I think LeBron was a little bit misunderstanding what Stephen A. meant. Now again, I'm not in his mind, right? So I can't necessarily say. But one thing I said about, it's like the issue. What Stephen A. was saying is, you're bringing the smoke to your son by not just letting them, not just letting them have it.
Can I give you context? Can I say something?
Sure.
Do you know how? Because obviously, Stephen A. Smith said that the morning after Bronny played the 76ers game after getting brought up from the G League, and he obviously got cooked by Tyrese, right? You do realize that the whole entire month before that bad performance, Bronny was averaging like 30 points in the G League. And obviously it's fair to call out Bronny if he plays bad, but like, you can't just act like all this good for a whole month is invisible, and then bear in mind the Lakers were injured at that point, and Bronny was forced to get the call up, right? And then he played bad. How can Stephen A. catapult that bad Bronny performance into literally questioning LeBron as a father? That's evil work. Like, how are you gonna use a bad Bronny performance and catapult yourself to use that as a metric to call out LeBron as a father? Bear in mind, on live TV. More like if you're gonna hate Bronny, like, I would imagine if you're at least fair, you're gonna at least say, hey, look, like, fuck, he actually played good there. You can't just act like all the good's invisible and then maximize any bad, because then at that point we're just talking about ethics and morality at that point. And obviously Stephen A. Smith is a hater, and I'm just saying, like, when you start pointing out shit like that, LeBron it's like you see LeBron hate constantly like that. I mean, I just had an argument with the person that was literally, like, genuinely convinced that Angel Reese is greater than him. And I would imagine that's just based off someone hating LeBron. And it's just like, bro, like the depths of the evilness that gets spewed about him is crazy. I mean, LeBron can't even eat a bowl of fruit on the bench during preseason without you Laker fans getting mad at him. I mean, LeBron literally worked out shirtless 5 hours. It was actually 5 hours and 47 minutes before his game. And Isaiah Thomas went on literal ESPN and said that Adam Silver should fine him. And then obviously when I start defending LeBron, I look at the comment sections and it's full of Kobe fans and NJ fans using that and glorifying it to invalidate him. Once you start getting to those levels, it just, I mean, like if you look at Ticker TV, look at what he just talked about, how Bronny played good against Cooper Flagg. Look at the game before that when Bronny scored 2 points or something. Bro, like listen to the tone in which Ticket TV speaking. Like that hostility's evil, my bro.
Yeah, it's funny because I haven't listened to Ticket since last summer when LeBron was in the everybody was. Here's the thing, right? Everybody was doing reaction to every Bronny, like Carcino, everybody was reacting to every Bronny Summer League game, right?
I reserve the right to question people's integrity when it's not in good faith. Like when I see people literally like trying to look for reasons to push the agenda in the most negative way and maximize all these negatives to just make this person look bad when it's not fair. I mean,
yeah, I got you. Let me answer real quick. Because again, I named my podcast 10 Toes Down because it's funny, man. When LeBron was coming up, and I remember when LeBron made the tweet, and obviously a lot of people were following Bronny, and I said, look, one of the coolest things, I said it 3 years ago, one of the coolest things that's going to happen in sports coming up in the next few years is LeBron is going to get to play with his son. You know,
do you reckon NJ and Kobe fans are gonna like actually be able to separate that shit? Because I don't. I clearly don't.
But hold on. I said it was gonna be cool, but I said, look, he's gonna be nepotized into the league. LeBron's gonna make sure that the Lakers get him. I didn't know he would make them use a draft pick on him, but I said he's gonna be on the Lakers. He's gonna play with his son. I think it's gonna be a cool moment. What happened is when LeBron made the tweet and he said, my son is better than half the league right now. That put his son.
He said that he was watching on TV right now, like he was talking about who he's watching.
Yeah, so he said my son is better than half the league, and he would help us right now. That's completely bad faith. But that does like what? So do you feel like it's fair to genuinely use that Bron basically set his son up to put a target on his back, right? Because that's literally what he did. Do you feel like it's see my thing? Let me, because one thing, and JB can attest because we've been talking. My co-host is not here tonight. You know, C-Dub, me and C-Dub is collaborating. But I said you know what Bronny's situation might be like? Think of Steph's brother, Seth Curry. Now, if you know Seth Curry's story, Seth Curry actually went to I forget what school he went to first. I think he went to Elon or something like that. Then he transferred to Duke. Now he played. Yeah, it's college career. You remember what school he went to first?
No, I don't.
It really don't matter because he transferred to Duke, and in those Duke teams, I think one team went to the Elite Eight or whatever. But Seth Curry had a pretty good career, and I was surprised that he went undrafted. And then not only did he go undrafted, I think a couple of teams let him in for nobody really signed him as an undrafted free agent. So let's keep it real. Seth Curry, even though Steph wasn't a superstar at the time, but the Curry family had a little bit of cachet. But in my opinion, Seth.
Now they could shoot though.
Say again?
Seth could really shoot though.
Yeah, he could really shoot. I felt he could help a lot of teams. As you see, Philly, I think Philly was the first one to give him a chance. He came on help Philly, and he's been, from Dallas to the Nets, all the teams he's played for. Seth Curry's had a nice career. He was given nothing. He was given nothing but an opportunity, right? I felt like Bronny, legitimately, if he came in, put in the work, kept his head down, stay humble, really earn his way. Look, he was going to get on the team regardless because his father's going to make it happen. That part, cool. But for him to actually be a player that doesn't get all of this jeers, and because nobody was looking at Seth Curry as you're a Nepo baby or anything like that. No, he earned his spot. And that's what I feel. I feel like LeBron can have a nice, long, solid career, and we could all salute that. But Bronny, and again, it's just the thing that you got to understand. Every time he tweets, every time he said, like right now, we're reacting to him basically giving ESPN a no comment. Now, he could have just said no comment, but what did he say? Ain't got nothing to talk about. As we said, the double negative makes us think you're big mad. And the visual of the bucket hat and the little ornery face makes us think you big mad. So this is what I'm saying, man.
It doesn't justify like the evilness, though. Like there's a certain line where you can't.
But here's my thing. Let me finish up because I didn't think it was evil. The funny thing about it is, this is like the third episode I've done on my show. Right as the Knicks Lakers game was going on, that was my subject that night, and unfortunately, it turned into a whole back and forth with my with the guys that I had on the panel. But I didn't realize that the whole thing with Stephen A was happening. I didn't see it on TV until after. So I did a show on LeBron. Was LeBron being correct about the media treating him unfairly? That same night, he goes in and tries to debunk Stephen A. Smith. Now, again, as I said, I saw where LeBron's coming from.
Are you actually against LeBron doing that? Because you do realize Stephen A. Smith was calling out NBA players openly, like, I come to your guys' games. Like, if you want to talk to me about something,
I got you. And I saw where LeBron's coming from, but I also agree with Stephen A.'s point. And again, Stephen A. made a boxing analogy. And he brought up the story. Because again, this is basketball, it's not boxing.
Yeah, LeBron
He brought up the story.
Right.
He brought up the story when Joe Frazier got his son a little too early in his career a fight with Larry Holmes, right? And Larry Holmes damn near beat his son to death. Like Marvis Frazier, I think, had 8 fights or something. Somebody can check this, but he was speaking. No, hold on. He was speaking about how Marvis Frazier was getting beat so badly. Larry Holmes was looking at the ref. You better stop this before I hurt this kid. You better stop this before I hurt this kid. Now, I say that to say this because I said earlier, not only because I didn't have a podcast at the time, but I said to my boy JB, I said, you know what? And I said it on a few streams as well. If this was Floyd Mayweather and he had a son that could fight, right? He had a son that wanted to box. One of his kids was one of the box. If he got his son into a fight he wasn't ready for too early, his son would get hurt. Now, again, I said this before this.
And people will be calling out Floyd too. To your point, people will be like, Floyd, what the fuck?
But what I'm saying is, in that game, if you bring your child along, if you did the nepotism game just to get them a fight they're not ready for, you could die because that's a fight of gladiators. That's a sport of gladiators. Basketball, hold on. Basketball is not.
Yeah.
Okay, what I'm saying is, hold on. Listen to what. Okay, I know you don't hear me right yet. But listen to what I'm saying. Basketball is not that type of sport. But here's what happens in basketball: if you get your son on a stage where he's getting cooked by Tyrese Maxey, he's not ready to guard a Tyrese Maxey yet. And guess what? He's not getting hurt physically, but he's going to get clowned. And that's what was happening. Because
Kobe was a beast player for 2 years.
Hold on. Yeah, let's see that.
Let's let Casual. What you got to say? I know you up here.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I came up here because this nigga said some nonsensical shit about LeBron James not clearly being better than Jimmy Butler. Like the standard now is us just making up shit about him not being as good as he actually is, just simply because he hasn't like yielded results to like being in the conference finals or winning the championship. Like what the fuck has Jimmy Butler done before he got to Golden State?
He took 2 teams to the final. I know. Wait, Cass. Hold on, Cass. It's taking teams to the finals.
And in one instance, he wasn't even the best player on that team.
Which one? Which instance?
In 2020, he was not the best player on that Miami Heat team.
Who was the best player on 2020 Heat?
That was Bam Adebayo.
Ooh, that's arguable. That's very arguable. Hold on. Go ahead.
2020, and then in 2023, where he made it to the NBA Finals again, he wasn't even the best performer in most of those series outside of the first round. Like that first round against us literally carries the majority of the mystique of what Jimmy Butler was doing because he wasn't that great in the New York Knicks series, and he definitely wasn't that great in the Celtics series. That was Caleb Martin.
Okay, you know that Jimmy turned his ankle in game 1
What the fuck does that
of the
matter?
Knicks series.
What does that matter?
It does matter because he was injured, but if you're gonna tell me that Jimmy wasn't the best player on that team.
Did he play well?
He played pretty damn well. Actually, and especially in the first round, which they shouldn't have. Nobody had them as the AC beating Milwaukee until Giannis got hurt. Which again, but Jimmy Butler played his ass off. Again, I would have to go back and look, but I would think that Jimmy was the best player on both of those teams. And mind you, hold on. Didn't Jimmy perform very admirably in the finals? Jimmy killed in the finals, and Bam got hurt.
Excuse me? Bam
got hurt. He missed one. I think he missed one game, and he got hurt in the other game. So he played 3 out of the because it was a 5-game. Was a 5-game series or 6? It was a 6-game series.
He played 4 out of the 6.
And the third best player, Dragic, got hurt.
Dragic
was hurt, but Bam was never 100%, and Jimmy completely outplayed Bam.
Bam came back and literally got back to what he was doing
before. Even if we're doing this, because I can argue that AD was the best player, especially in the first 2 rounds.
That's the problem, bro. You keep trying to argue shit. It should not be an argument. We should not in 2025 be valuing something a nigga did in 2020 compared to what a nigga is doing right now in 2025.
Okay.
LeBron James just got done with a season where he was averaging 24, 7, and 8, 24, 8, and 8 on 51, 38, 78 splits.
And was the rim protector all season.
And while Anthony Davis went down, he was still able to be a focal point of that team maintaining its defensive integrity to the tune of still being a top 5 defense by the time they traded Anthony Davis for Luka Doncic. And
how many games did AD miss by the time? Because I remember they traded him after the Knicks game. How many games did AD miss?
He got injured 2 weeks before he got traded.
So 2 weeks. So he was really down for 2 weeks.
That's about 5 games.
2 weeks. So he's about 5 games. Okay. So
and once they traded him, there was still time in between that it took for them to get Luka Doncic in. So
that's true.
LeBron was getting MVP chance.
That's true.
And LeBron was still during this time period, still able to be the main consistency between those two being swapped out for one another.
Wait, do you remember that Kings game in the beginning of the season?
And you're gonna sit here and tell me that this is close between him and Jimmy Butler in 2025, a nigga that was sitting here pouting and whining to a fucking franchise about how he should get paid more money when the nigga was literally sitting on the sidelines talking shit to the team that was sweeping the team that he was on.
I love. Hold on. Okay, y'all both got to let me go now because I love you. I'm glad you got that off because you're right. Because I was doing my first couple of videos was on the Jimmy situation, how Pat Riley needed to let him go. Here's the bottom line, and I was saying, hey Jimmy, you too old. Like you should be too old to be demanding money. Here's how it played out though. Number one, they traded him to Golden State. Golden State was further behind than the Lakers. Golden State was down in playing territory. Do you remember that, right?
Yeah, they're like 11.
Yeah, so not only did Jimmy get traded to Golden State, Jimmy got his money, and then Golden State, he actually turned around Golden State. Now look, the reality is that Golden State wound up in the 7th seed, right? But the 7th seed was only 2 games behind the Lakers. So Jimmy came in and turned the team around with Steph and Dre, and I thought I'll take it out because I make a lot of predictions. Matter of fact, C-Dub can attest if y'all go back and look
Jimmy had a lot of 13-point games though.
Hold on. Stop. I'm waiting for the hypothetical to come in. Go.
There's no hypothetical. I'm telling you what happened. Hold on, Cash. I'm telling you what happened.
Say it.
What happened is he got his money and he turned the Warriors around. They've covered more ground with Jimmy than supposedly LeBron without AD and waiting for the time for Luka to come back. Now, mind you, hold on. LeBron had his own little 2-week sabbatical when he faked that groin injury.
So Jimmy deserves the credit for what Golden State was able to achieve this season. He deserves the
definitely.
credit.
Definitely.
He deserves the credit for them winning 48 wins. You do realize that even before Jimmy got on board, they were literally only 4 games behind the Los Angeles Clippers, who had the 5th seed up until that point. You do
but they were in the
You do realize even before Jimmy Butler got on the team, Draymond Green had this team run, and Andrew Wiggins had this team run around with a top 10 defense even before he even got there. You do realize that, right?
Yeah, but they still were in the playing situation. They still were like lower in the play.
They were in a playing situation whether he was there or not. They made it to the 7th seed. They were still a playing team.
You're right. But they spent a lot. They actually lost that at the last week of the season. They actually got up into the playoff spot. All I'm saying is the turnaround that Jimmy gave them was instant. And again, he got his money. The turnaround was instant. Again, the Lakers. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna keep it because I know y'all don't like this. I know you don't like this. To say toes down. The Lakers were a mid team all year. It shows in the numbers. They were +1.
But in real time, y'all niggas was gawking on that Lakers team when they blew out the.
No, I'm telling you. See, again, I just now got my podcast. So you can't really see. I've been calling the Lakers mid all year.
Okay, so then if I don't know what you was doing prior to that time, that does not relate to you.
Cool. Because now that I got it, we'll always be able to come back and tell you what I was saying at the time. At the end of the day, I said the Lakers. If you heard anything I said, the Lakers were mid. You realize the Lakers had. Hold on.
If you didn't have a podcast.
Okay. I'm going to give you the stats. I'm going to give you the stats that reflect what I said.
People saying that.
Yeah, the Lakers were +20 in the win column.
But whether the Lakers are mid or not has nothing to do with LeBron.
Yes, it does, because LeBron is on that team, a mid-team. What I'm telling you right now, hold on. What I'm telling you right now.
It's a 5-man game. It's a 5-on-5 game.
Okay, you're right. But what I'm telling you right now is I've done proven that, especially considering that I actually said the Norris mid. It's funny because one of the other guys that come on here, he's not officially my co-host, but Rob is both a Laker and a Golden State fan, which I give him shit about all the time. But hold on. I was telling them all year that both your teams are mid. The Warriors were better, in my opinion, than the Lakers. And guess what? It proved it because I don't give a fuck about seeding. They got to the second round. The Lakers won one playoff game.
What did you prove, Ro? What did you prove?
What did I prove? Okay, if results matter, the Warriors got to the second round, and if Curry didn't pull his hamstring, who pulled the hamstring on the Lakers?
There's a hypothetical.
Cat. Oh, I know it's a hypothetical. Cat. No, I'm telling you, it's not a hypothetical. Who pulled? Cass. Who pulled their hamstring on the Lakers? Did any Laker pull their hamstring? Cass. Did any? No. Cass. Did any Laker pull their hamstring?
No.
Okay. Steph Curry pulled his hamstring. Hold on, because this is results. Steph Curry pulled his hamstring, and the Warriors were able to win 5 playoff games to 1. To me, if I'm going to look at results, then I'm going to say, if I'm going to look at repeat performances, let me ask you, would you rather a team?
That's not LeBron. That's not
would
Jimmy, That's not LeBron.
LeBron doesn't own the first round exit.
LeBron cannot dictate what everybody else is capable of doing on that team, Ro.
So LeBron doesn't own any of the.
I have to tell you, I don't assess a nigga by what his team does.
That's a problem. You see that? Well, see, that's my argument from the beginning.
I'm telling you, if that's a problem, and I need to start assessing niggas how you do, I promise you, shit gonna get 10 times nasty for your fucking Knicks teams.
Really?
Fucking nasty for them Jalen Brunson teams. They gonna
get okay.
For those Melo rosters. They gonna get fucking nasty for those Patrick Ewing rosters.
And that's the thing. I'm a Knicks fan, Cass.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
In the backstage, so I'm trying to get him in, but This new StreamYard won't let me.
'Cause you
Hold
keep
on.
doing
Let
this
me
thing
put. I'll put him in. I'll put him in.
You keep
Give me.
doing this thing where you
Well,
keep trying to make
wait.
it-
You come,
you keep
Cass,
making it just as simple
Cass. You coming with the smoke for my Knicks?
No,
I have no delusion. I have no delusion.
You keep making this a team thing, and if the team loses, then it's on
See, Cass, this is where you lose.
Then guys,
The core of this debate. Hold on, Cass. Cass. I'll let you get it off. Cass, the cause of it.
Because I'm still talking. You cut me off. You
Go
obviously
ahead.
not letting me get it off.
Go ahead.
You keep making this about teams and what they're capable of doing. It does not matter if that team plays, if LeBron James played at his best, it would not have saved them from losing because they don't have a fucking center to stop the other side from attacking the rim with relentlessness.
Who's Golden State Center? Who's Golden State Center?
Draymond Green is better than whatever the fuck that Los Angeles Lakers was able to provide.
So he's better than Rui Hachimura, Jackson Hayes, and Jared Vanderbilt combined, right?
Draymond Green.
Now, I got you. No, okay, no, that's cool. But hold on, here's where you lost, Cass, because the core of my debate, the core of what I said is, I'm picking Jimmy because I think Jimmy will help a team be more successful than LeBron will. So yes, hold on. See, you forgot the core of the debate. You forgot what we're debating. That I think Jimmy would help a team be more successful than LeBron, which is why I would. Based off the fact that he did. You just said you judge niggas about what he would help a team based on the fact that I can just judge the result. So look, Cass, he helped the team be more successful than LeBron did. And mind you, LeBron was entrenched with that team. Everybody on that roster is there because LeBron wanted them there. Let's keep that real.
Bro, Luka Doncic literally had a 35% usage rated. LeBron had to play off ball. That's literally not the system he likes, man, bro. You're just gonna envelop it.
Why can't LeBron play off ball in year 22?
You're speaking too factually.
Bro, he's the best. He's one of the best off-ball players in the NBA, according to the numbers.
We're just strictly opinionated with Ro.
I just want to say, no, it's not opinion. You just said, wait. You said I'm speaking too factually. Now it's strictly opinionated. Facts and opinion are two different things.
I said the gentleman to the right of you or to the left of you, whichever way you're looking, he is speaking too factually.
Hey Herm, don't do that hate. Don't call it hate because I'm trying to use as many facts as I can. Don't call it hate because I'm putting nail polish on anybody that calls me a hater for stating facts.
It's objectively fucking hate. Because I'm asking you to tell me a basketball reason. Talk to me about what Jimmy Butler fucking did for the Warriors. Tell me how he benefited them on the defensive end. Talk to me.
He had like 17, 13-point games.
Talk to me about how he benefited them as a facilitator. Don't talk to me in wins and losses.
Wait, Jimmy had like 7 games under 10 points on the Warriors.
Sir, all of those particulars you just brought up.
Jalen Brunson.
All right.
I guess Tyrese Halliburton's better than Jalen Brunson did.
On defense, he was in the playoffs. See. Hold up. On defense, he was in the playoffs. And it's funny because you think that I'm not objective. When I saw him pick Jalen Brunson's pocket, that's when I said, God damn it, we got a Jalen Brunson problem. I'm not the motherfucker that will deny what I see in front of my face.
You literally at the ring of it.
You're doing it right now. You're doing it right now. Right now. See, you came up here to debate me about something that you didn't understand the core of the debate. No, as I said, I think Jimmy. The reason why I would take Jimmy
is because he scores.
Okay, let me ask you this. Who do you have as a better team this year, the Lakers or the Golden State Warriors? Based on current constitution.
Probably the Lakers, especially now that they got DeAndre Ayton.
Would you? Man,
I don't think too many people would disagree with that, Ro. That's not a hard one to.
How many times do you think Jimmy Butler was scoring?
I'm gonna tell y'all that. I'm gonna tell you this right now. The Lakers are not making the playoffs.
How many times do you think Jimmy Butler was scoring 10 points this year?
Would you like to bet money on that?
Yeah, I'll take a bet.
I would put money
No. Stand on it. 10 toes
3
down.
days because it matters. It does matter.
10 toes down. Stand on
Golden
it.
State,
Stand on
Golden
it.
State will get further in the play. Let's see this.
No. You said they won't make the
Here's the
playoffs.
problem by making this bet. Here's the problem I'm making this bet. Because hold on. Because
You 10 toes down, King Bro.
no, wait. Y'all gotta listen.
You
Too much can happen between now and then. Obviously, we're
That's not
talking
10
about.
toes down. That's not 10 toes
The reason
down.
why we're having this Butler versus LeBron debate is because I said that Butler will probably be traded for LeBron if
And you be
LeBron
10
goes
toes
to the
down in your
Warriors
take.
this year.
Where is
But-
man,
But
fuck
then
all
how
that.
if they got
Bet me
traded
the
for each
bread,
other?
nigga. Bet
Hold
me
on,
the
but
bread.
hold on. If they got traded for each other, wouldn't that cancel out the bet?
Man, okay, you can add that caveat there, but nigga,
Yes, if LeBron gets traded, it cancels the bet.
Hold on. Okay, so if they don't get if LeBron doesn't leave the Lakers and Jimmy doesn't get traded for the Warriors, I got the war. I got 200 on them finishing higher in the playoffs.
No, that's not what you said.
Stop.
Hold on. No, hold on.
that the Lakers
In the
won't make the
standings
playoffs.
and further in the playoffs.
You said the
Hold
Lakers
on.
won't make the playoffs.
Bro, you said
I said the Lakers won't make the playoffs.
You said the Lakers ain't making the playoffs. I'm telling you, bet the money on that, nigga.
No. I want to do Warriors. I want to do Warriors versus Lakers.
No, I don't care what you want to do, nigga. I'm basing off of what you said.
No, that's a come on, bro. The Lakers are the Lakers are 8th and 10 championship odds. Nah, I'm not doing that. I would go to Vegas with that.
He's not 10 toes down.
No, I am 10 toes down.
He is
Okay,
not
look,
10. He just waffle like a motherfucker.
Yeah, wow.
So he said he's been saying this entire show the Lakers won't make the playoffs.
You're not going to rope me. You're not going to rope me because I know the cop.
See, Chad, he said to us multiple times during this stream, see, I'm 10 toes down on my takes. I'm 10 toes down.
I am. The Lakers are not making the playoffs.
They make that bet.
But they could make the playoffs. Right? But I'm not the whole no, because you guys are not going to rope me into shit. I will stand on this. The Warriors will be a better team than the Lakers this season. Yes.
Let me bet you that then.
Saying that dumb shit. Nobody roped you into saying that. No.
I said what I said. The Warriors will be better. Again, this whole little debate is based on the fact that Jimmy Butler, I think Jimmy Butler helps teams better than LeBron James currently, and I got reason to believe it. So now, what I will bet is that
I bet you $1. I bet you $1.
we can bet whatever. We can bet whatever.
Okay,
Jimmy Butler.
I got $1 saying the Lakers gonna make the playoffs. Will you accept that bet?
No, okay, I'll take that bet. And then if anybody wants to bet, because it's the core of the argument, Jimmy Butler will help a team be better than LeBron James in this upcoming season. And if we believe that the Warriors and the Lakers have similar talent prospects, I think the Warriors right now with Kerr as their coach and the supporting cats, Curry and Draymond on the team.
Hold on. You can't even tell me the Warriors starting lineup.
The Warriors starting lineup.
Yeah, what's
Great.
the Warriors starting lineup going into the season?
You know what? I don't care because I know Kerr does a lot of bullshit. Hold on. I don't care. Hold on, because if you know Steve Kerr, you know he changes that shit up. Hold on. I know 3 guys that will be in it: Draymond, Steph, Butler. Obviously,
makes up for a lot.
What does it make up for? We already know. Hold on. How many lineups? How many lineups did Steve Kerr use last year?
This year?
A lot.
He used a lot, right? So for me not to peg down the Warriors starting lineup on July the fucking 14th makes no sense. They act like all I know is Jimmy, Dre, and Steph will be in it, right?
Majority of that was because they did not have a secure start.
Injuries, and then he actually would do different looks.
Okay, but the consistent theme was Steph, Kuminga, Draymond Green, Tracy Jackson Davis, and then when Jimmy came, then it turned into Jimmy instead of Kuminga.
Of course.
And then Quentin Post came off the bench.
And then Quentin Post started. Well, Quentin Post got some starting minutes.
Hey, y'all can make them bets y'all can make them side bets in the West. I don't know how y'all hold it down. I don't know who's gonna hold it down. But I got the Lakers not making the playoff as a tape. I'm obviously I wouldn't put if I'm gonna put 500, I'm gonna go take it to Vegas because there's odds on that. He could take during that 500 to a couple of thousand. But anyway, at the end of the day, the bet that I will make head up, the bet that I will make head up is that Golden State will be a better team, which is the core of the argument.
Don't worry about it. I give you 50 cents, Devin. Don't worry about it. After I get this dollar from Ro,
hey, listen, sometimes the bet is pride. Sometimes the bet is pride.
King Ro.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right now Vegas got the Lakers' favorite to make the playoffs next year.
Of course, I know that. They're actually the 8th favorite hot team in the entire NBA.
Yeah, hold on, but Vegas has the Lakers in the playoffs. Like the odds of them making the playoffs, you don't make no money off that bet. There's no money to make.
For me to make a bet that they would not, I would take it. I would take.
You make more money betting one of us than you do betting Vegas on that.
Why would I? No, because I'm making a bet that they won't be in the playoffs. So I would get like 4-1 odds.
There's no money to make
on that.
There's no money to make on the Lakers making the playoffs. You won't get 500 back. You make more money betting one of us.
But I'm making a bet that they won't make the playoffs.
I know, but there's no money in that bet if you look at the odds.
Playoffs. You get no money on them making the playoffs. If you go opposite, you're gonna get that. You're gonna get.
What I'm saying is, if you bet 500 for the Lakers to make the playoffs with Vegas, you're not getting 500 back. You're getting less than that back because the odds are
much less than that. But I don't know if they make a Lakers.
You make more money betting one of us, just straight up.
But see, Lamont, I'm not dumb.
Oh
I would see the Lakers have a better chance of making the playoffs than not, especially with the play-in component. Like, they could be the 10th seed, and then, as I said, because we know that ESPN and the TV partners, all of a sudden they get 50 fucking free throws against the 9th seed, and then they get their 8th seed, and then they're in the. How about this? A $500 bet that they make the playoffs with no play-in. Are you going to take that?
$500 that they'll make the playoffs without
no play-in. No play-in. They got to get top 6.
I'll bet you that.
Okay, there we go. Now I lock that in.
Can I make a bet to you? How many times do you think Jimmy Butler's going to score under 10 points this year?
That's easy. That's easy money.
What in a particular game, of course, but for the season, no. Obviously, Jimmy Butler's still he's still a damn walking 17, 8, and whatever.
You just see that he played better than LeBron last year, and he literally scored under 10 points.
Are you bringing up the fact that LeBron still scores 10 points in every game as something I should care about?
I'm saying that Butler scoring under 10 points almost 10 times kind of defeats your argument.
No, it doesn't. You know it doesn't, sir. Because, again, it's not – if it was just about scoring points, like – again, the core of my argument is Jimmy
Butler's like impact.
I missed the bet.
Yeah, it's 500. The Lakers make the playoffs.
That's how you know that this is stemmed from hate, because the fact that you can't acknowledge that LeBron does more than just score the basketball. Like, you acting as if the only thing that he provides is putting points on the board is hysterical. Because it just confirms what I already have.
Let me ask you this about. I'm gonna test Mr. New Zealand's logic. Jalen Brunson has not scored single digits. I think his double digit streak is similar to something like LeBron, especially in the Knicks uniform. Steph Curry has scored in single digits numerous times as well. Do you think who's the better player, Jalen or Steph Curry?
Numerous times.
Steph Curry. Let me go. I'll look at this one.
Are you talking about the games when he got injured and couldn't finish?
No, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna look for any injury.
Stop it,
Steph
man.
Curry see again. Mr. New Zealand said Jimmy scored double digits 10 times. I'm gonna look up his game log right now.
Curry only scored 10 or less 3 times this past season.
Okay, but by the same token, Jalen Brunson has scored 10 or less 0 times. So does that mean Jalen Brunson is the better player? I mean, if you're gonna take that logic,
yeah, I can see how you can use that against me. I can see like my points not all the way there. I'm just saying.
Hold on. December 19th against Memphis, he played 24 minutes, 0 for 7, 0 for 6. 2 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. He didn't get hurt in that game. They got beat by Memphis by 51 points. Hold on, it makes my point even more because they got beat by Memphis a team that got the 8th seed by
You're the same
51
nigga
points.
that said I'll pick Butler over LeBron.
December
Nah.
19th. That was in December 19th.
I got you. When the Warriors was garbage.
Because this shows me how nasty you are trying to be right now. It's fucking hysterical.
Why? Why is that hysterical?
It's nasty because, Chat, this is the same Memphis team that after they beat Golden State, that, mind you, that's doing them going on a 5-game winning streak. It only getting broken by none other than the Los Angeles Lakers. Then they go right back on a tear, beating Golden State, beating Atlanta, beating Toronto, beating New Orleans, beating Phoenix, beating Dallas, beating Minnesota. So the fact that you sitting here holding Stephen Curry because he got blown out by a team and you trying
I just threw the logic out the window that Jimmy gets similar.
No, you just pulled out some bullshit. That's what you just did.
Why? I threw the logic because Jimmy is a great all-around player and he plays two ways.
Memphis in December is not Memphis in fucking
LeBron
February.
played incredible
I
defense
get
last
it.
year.
I get it. But
So then why did you say that?
why did I say it? Because he used dumb. Mr. New Zealand used dumb logic.
No,
He used dumb logic.
You did that shit because you can't handle being wrong, nigga.
Okay, hold on. Okay, here's another game. Hold on, Cash. Here's another game where Steph got single digits
Against Houston.
Against Houston at the end of the season. Who they play in the playoffs?
Houston.
Houston in the first round.
So now the point that I jump on now is that because Steph scored single digits against Houston, a team that they would see in the playoffs, does that make him a bad player?
What?
Nah.
No, it does not.
So then we can throw Jimmy Butler anytime he doesn't score double digits. We can throw that shit out the window too, right?
There's a difference between being a bad player and being a nigga.
Oh, so Jimmy can't get double digits.
Man,
Jimmy
can I
can't get single
respond?
digits, but Steph can.
Bro,
I
like
got
Jimmy's got like a 3, 3, 3, 7, 6, 7, 11, 11, 11, 11,
Oh,
15.
man,
Like, come on, my bro.
Well, see, you won't.
Nobody's saying Jimmy is bad, bro. We're saying Jimmy.
You just said that he's better than LeBron now, and I'm saying that if he's got this
I
11,
said
11,
he would help teams win more than LeBron. I said he would
how?
help teams win
Explain
better than
how.
LeBron.
Explain to me how.
Well, explain to me how. Again, I just did it. I just went over it. Hold on. What was his? I'm gonna look at his record with Golden State. I'm gonna look at his win-loss record with Golden State.
Which would have been pretty good.
2-1, 7-1, 7-2. They lost to Philly, but he didn't even play in that game. Should I count that? Should I count the games he played?
No, don't count it. Don't count it.
If they didn't play, okay. So you realize that they had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 game winning streak. When they beat the Knicks, they lost the next game to Denver. They won 12 games in a row. They won 14 of the first 15 games Jimmy played in their uniform.
And he averaged 11 points.
No, he averaged more than 11 points in those games, sir.
Yeah, I'm being bad faith, but I'm saying though, like you're literally over exaggerating Jimmy's impact.
Nasty, bro.
But this is a team. Hold on. This is a team that when they traded for him. Well, hold on. This is a team that when they traded for him were. Jesus, let me go look. What did they traded for him on what day? And I can look at the.
They traded for him like February
the 5th.
February 7th or something like that.
All right, so it's February 7th, but their last game was February. At the time, hold on, wrong. Oh, this is with the Heat.
He came back to them. He came to play for them February 8th, so it probably was like February 5th.
So I'm trying to look and see what their record was. The game they traded, they traded for. So they were 500. So a 500 team instantly went 14-1. Is that not?
Yeah.
Does that not tell you he moved the needle a little bit, just a little bit?
Yeah, fair.
Wait, what?
I want to know when the last time the Lakers had a 12-game winning streak with LeBron in uniform.
Wait, they didn't go 14. They didn't go 14-1. What are you talking about?
They were 14-1 in the first 15 games that Jimmy played. They lost the one game to Philly where Jimmy didn't play. Yeah,
they lost to Dallas too.
I mean, did they lose that? Hold on, I'm looking at the game. I'm gonna go back to the game log.
When he got on Golden State, the first team they played was Chicago. They won that and they beat us, and then they lost to Dallas.
Oh no, well, he wasn't on the Chicago. Oh yeah, he was in Chicago game, right? So they were 25-26 actually. Hold on. So he played in that game. They won by 21. You know, Bulls are average team, so I'm not gonna act like that was a major thing, right? But so you're talking about. Yeah, well, yeah, it was expected to win. Bulls were kind of average at the time. They got better after they made their trade. I guess they made the trade. No, they made their trade a little bit later because the trade deadline came up a little bit later, wasn't it?
Yeah, trade deadline came like.
Yeah, and Buzelis started playing, getting more minutes, stuff like that, right? And they actually traded away.
Trade deadline was February 9th, I believe.
Yeah, okay. So they traded away. They traded away Levine and DeRozan, and they actually got a little bit better. See, this is my thing, right? Trade if the Bulls can get a little bit better, trade and the guy stepping up like Kobe White, get more of the load, and they actually got a little bit better. I'm just saying, some of these y'all hold on to some of these old names. That's why I stand 10 toes down. Y'all hold on to some of these names a little too much. But
I think
at the end of the day, no. See, again, I'm not. I just hate LeBron. In fact, I'm gonna ask you this because again, when's the last time LeBron had a 12-game win streak with the Lakers? I'm not saying it's the end all be all or the A all be all. It's not the A all be all. But when was the last time LeBron had a 12-game win streak? He's played with AD and Luka a lot of these games. Okay, I'm just saying. No, look. At the end of the day, and again, we had a little impromptu debate. I'm not, the chat can say who won, whatever. I mean,
No, nigga, you still haven't answered the question on why.
Because I just proved it. That Jimmy instantly turned the team around. Look, it's just like we made two trades.
You do realize that people were complaining about Jimmy Butler not being aggressive enough because he was conforming too much. They were literally seeing Jimmy drive and just always looking to pass, and they were saying, "Bro, maybe you should take that layup so then this help defense can get attracted to you, so then those passes can hit." Like, you do realize that those were people were calling Jimmy out, even though they were still winning. They were like, "Man, imagine what Jimmy will look like if he was actually playing like Jimmy." And you're telling me that Jimmy. It just doesn't even make sense, my bro, because you're literally saying that Jimmy
and I keep asking you, how did he help turn the Warriors around?
Number one, facilitate. Obviously, facilitation. Even because one thing, right? Obviously, one thing I notice about the Warriors is when Steph has to be a facilitator, more of a facilitator, the Warriors are not as good. Part of what makes the Warriors still a good team when they are a good team is that Draymond Green can facilitate. Now with Jimmy, you had a second facilitator. I actually, again, I said that this is not going to work. I was wrong. Again, they won 14 of their first 15 games.
So when they won the championship, do you think that Curry was not the lead facilitator for that team?
No, Draymond Green was. Draymond Green has been the lead facilitator. Yes. You understand what facilitator is, sir?
Yes, facilitator is facilitating the offense to being as fluid as possible, and Stephen Curry most definitely 1,000%.
But facile, you know Latin, right? You know facile, like a lot of Latin languages, that means easy, right? The word facile means easy.
What does Steph not do in 2022 that leads you to believe that?
He doesn't make the game easy for everybody else as much as Draymond Green. So a facilitator doesn't have to be the hold on. A facilitator, hold on, sir. A facilitator does not necessarily have to be your lead playmaker or lead assist guy. But Draymond Green has been that most of the Warriors run.
No, but in 2022, he was not that. Stephen Curry was doing a lot of that, especially while Draymond Green was dealing with his injury.
You're right, but they weren't. You know what? They were actually
for almost half the season.
If I ask that GPT right now, what is
Stephen Curry had to ingratiate Jordan Poole. Stephen Curry had to ingratiate Andrew Wiggins. Stephen Curry had to ingratiate Jonathan.
I get it. Why they were not there? But you think that they win a championship? You think they go on a championship run without
with him being on ball primarily?
Hold on. Do you think they win it without Draymond Green? And see, that's my thing, right? A facilitator.
I don't
see,
know.
A facilitator does not.
They did.
Okay, a facilitator. You're right. It's a hypothetical, and you think that me using hypotheticals it goes against my philosophy.
No, it's not about it going against your philosophy. I refuse to engage with hypotheticals.
Okay, cool. We can live in that world. You're right. We can live in that world. But then I can say, hold on. I can use to test my theory. I can use what is. what do you think the Warriors' record without Draymond Green in uniform is since 2015?
I don't know.
Let me ask ChatGPT real quick.
You do realize ChatGPT is wrong like majority of the time.
Wrong a lot, but come on, they got to get a simple question like this right?
Why would they be able to get that right? That means they would have to go through years.
Let me ask Google then. I'll ask Google.
Google
Hold on, let me go.
any better. They both are the same AI engine. What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try to get the record because somebody got to know the record. What is the Warriors record since 2015? With mind you, this is the Warrior dynasty because they've been good most of those seasons. What is the Warriors record without Draymond Green since 2015?
Probably way more losses than wins.
I'm sure, and it'll support the point I'm trying to make.
What is it?
Hold on, I'm still typing it. Without Draymond Green since 2014-15.
The Warriors have a record of 79-79 without Draymond Green all time.
So they're average team without him. I'll take your word for it because you were quicker than the drawer. You know, you got your computer in front of me. I got my phone.
I'm trying to see exactly like what does that matter though?
It does matter because it proves my point. Number one, hold on. Guys, you gotta let me get it out, man. Before you kill it, let me get it out.
Mm-hmm.
The Warriors are better when Ray is the lead facilitator. That don't mean the lead playmaker. That don't mean the guy with the ball in his hand. But he's the lead facilitator. He can worry about the direction of the offense more so than Stephon Curry. Stephon Curry is actually better in his role when Dre is there. Now bringing Jimmy Butler gives you another, because Jimmy Butler's strong suit is facilitation as well. Now you get another guy that helps facilitate the offense. Because
facilitation to LeBron's out.
Okay.
Well, LeBron is better playmaker than he is facilitator. So those are two different. I'm telling you, for those basketball term, those are two different roles. It's not always one.
No. You just divided that. Nigga, so you know what playmaking is, but you choose to call it facilitating.
Facilitation. A lot of time, a facilitator can be in any position.
What?
Playmakers usually the lead. Hold on. Playmaker is usually the lead ball handler. A facilitator can play at any position.
No, nigga.
Here we go.
Nikola Jokic is not on the ball, and yet he's one of the greatest playmakers in NBA history.
He's both a great playmaker and a great facilitator. See, a facilitator. Facilitator.
That is weird, nigga. If you talking about the objective of passing the basketball and the objective of creating an advantage, that is passing and that is playmaking. But then facilitating and playmaking is one and the same, nigga. It's one and the same.
Hold on. You say I'm gonna get the meaning of facilitate to make easier.
Yes.
To make easier.
Yes, and the meaning of playmaking is creating advantages for teammates and allowing them to take advantage of that advantage.
Okay, but facilitate really means to make easier.
So what was Chris Paul doing that made him such a great facilitator?
Because he was throwing 2-second grenades to his teammates all the time.
Hold on, but you know a guy could also have been a facilitator on that team who wasn't Chris Paul, right? You realize a facilitator could play at any position. You know who's one of the greatest facilitators of all time? Hold on. Bill Russell and Wes Unseld were two of the greatest facilitators of all time.
Oh, yeah,
they weren't the greatest they weren't the best playmakers on the team.
You just chatting, nigga.
I'm just chatting, really? You don't understand it.
Wasn't facilitator.
A facilitator can just make the game easy. Again, that's what I'm saying.
That's not
so
then every valuable role player can just be called as a facilitator, nigga. What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
If that's what they do a part of the offense, yes.
Bro, I'm
just chatting. No. I just understand the game a little bit better than you at this point.
You quite literally don't.
So okay, let me ask you this. Yes or no, Cash.
When I asked you 5,000 times, what made Jimmy Butler so much better than what I see that makes him in the conversation with LeBron James, and the best answer you come up with is him
14-1
second round and
14-1 in second round. 14-1 in second round. Right there, boom.
That tells me all I need to know. Apparently, you don't know shit.
Cool, because this is why I'm more comfortable with a team with Jimmy Butler finishing
scores
higher in the
110
standings
points
and
multiple
making the
times.
playoff. Say again?
The crazy part is he'll put him on this pedestal, and then next year come by, and because the Warriors still don't have a fucking center, they'll end up getting smoked to the tune of being a playing team all over again. And guess what this nigga Rowe will do? He will come on this fucking platform and he'll sit there and call Jimmy out like he a fucking loser. No, they just don't have a fucking center, nigga.
No. See, I'm not that simple-minded. I've been calling the Warriors past tense for a long. I actually, again, on this podcast, on CW's podcast, said that this trade is not going to work. I was wrong. I can sit there and tell you where I was wrong. I actually made a forecast. I said, "Oh, the Warriors are fucked up right here. They would lose." I actually called the Warriors losers at the trade deadline. If CW was around, he would contest that if he remembers.
Ro, I am called. CW can't save you. Ro, I am recording you right
You
now.
don't gotta say. Please record. Please write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck. I stand on what I say, sir.
Okay. So I want you to stand 10 toes down on your dumbass tape, and I want you to say this shit again.
Hey, my dumbass take. Hold on. I can admit I made a dumbass take. I can admit I made a dumbass take that Jimmy Butler would not help the Warriors. He went 14-1.
I want you to repeat that this nigga Jimmy Butler is better, or it's even fucking comparable. But
I said, I think Jimmy would help. I think Jimmy would help. Jimmy would help facilitate, make easier more wins than LeBron James. And I stand on it by believing that the Golden State Warriors, if they stay on their team for the entirety of the season, will finish higher than the Los Angeles Lakers. I will stand on that.
Thank you.
Wait, so what's John Stockton? Is he a playmaker or a facilitator?
Who? What is Jimmy Butler?
No, what's John Stockton?
John Stockton was both. See, certain guys are both.
What's
Jason Tatum?
Bailey a facilitator?
Thurl Bailey? No, he was more of a finisher.
Nigga, what the fuck? Nigga, he made the game easier. What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, all right. Thurl Bailey was a finisher.
Was Dan Marley a facilitator?
No, he was not.
Nigga.
Was Scottie Pippen a facilitator?
Yes, he was. You want to just name players? I'll tell you what they were. Here's the thing. I'm about to do a Magic Johnson debate with T. Perfect tomorrow.
Was Dale Ellis a facilitator?
No, he was a scorer. He was a shooter.
Wait, so by your logic, Michael Jordan would be a better facilitator than LeBron,
Let
right?
me ask you this. Who did Dale Ellis make the game easier for?
Nigga, he made the game easier for Gary Payton. What the fuck are you talking about?
How many years did Ellis and Payton play together? Like 1 or 2?
What?
Let me see. How long did Dale Ellis stay with the Sonics? I don't think he's. Mind you, I'm going off my memory from the '90s. Dale Ellis, I don't believe was with the Sonics that long.
Dale Ellis was with the Seattle Supersonics for about especially once Peyton got there. It was like 1 year, like 1 or 2 years.
It was a half a year. He got traded to Milwaukee that year.
Okay.
Rookie year. So look, I don't play gotcha.
And in that season, before he got traded, he was giving you 15 points on 46% shooting. So
I'm glad Joe and Johnny.
Was he not a facilitator? Was he not a facilitator?
But wait a minute. You said he was a facilitator for Gary Payton. Gary Payton struggled his rookie year.
No, sir. Okay. So he has to facilitate for a specific person. Not the offense. I'm just getting clarification.
No, he's not. Dale Ellis is never a facilitator.
For a specific person, or do you need to facilitate for the
offense? You need to make the offense in general easier for basically the whole team.
Okay, so was Nate McMillan a facilitator?
He was a little bit more facilitator than Dale Ellis.
Was Ricky Pierce a facilitator?
He was a little bit of both. A little bit of what?
He was
more of a scorer. He was more of a scorer. I believe you got. Ricky Pierce was not much of a facilitator, but Ricky Pierce had facilitation roles like duty. Again, I watched this team, man. Ricky Pierce was a scorer. He won six. He won six. No, did he win? No, he didn't win 6 Man of the Year that year. Actually, no, he did. No, he didn't. Yeah, when they. Okay, I'm looking at the team.
What are you talking about?
No, I just want to see because Ricky
You
was
talking about when Ricky Pierce won? Ricky Pierce won 6th Man of the Year in
twice.
Milwaukee.
In 1990, he won in Milwaukee twice. Yeah,
in Milwaukee. That wasn't in Seattle.
and that was his long years in All-Star 91 too. Because you're just going off that. Ricky Pierce was not a facilitator, sir. He was more of a bench scorer, like a microwave guy off the bench. Again, these guys are not. The role is not.
But you just said he was a facilitator, though.
He had facilitating ability, but no, he was more of a get me some buckets.
So was Derek McKee a facilitator?
Yes, Derek McKee was a really good facilitator. Danny Manning is another guy, facilitation, because they have playmaking abilities, even though they're not on the ball. They're not, but they can bring the ball up a little bit.
Did you just hear? So so you understand that playmaking. You're literally describing playmaking when you're calling it facilitating.
Yeah, again,
so it is one in the same.
But you don't have to. But you know what? You don't have to be a passer to be a facilitator.
You don't have to be a passer. You don't have to be a passer to be a playmaker.
Sometimes being a good screen setter. Sometimes being a good screen setter can make you. Draymond Green does both.
You don't have to be a great passer to be a good playmaker. Nigga, Anthony Davis is a solid playmaker, and he's not good. He can't pass for shit.
You're right. You're right about that because there are other ways to make plays besides just actually passing for assists and getting passes. But it usually a great playmaker is a great passer as well.
Actually, very commonly. The players are not big. Shaquille O'Neal was a great playmaker. He was not the best passer.
He was actually a good facilitator.
Hakeem Olajuwon was horrendous at passing out of the post, and yet he was still
a great playmaker. Wrong. He got much better in those years that he made the finals runs. He got much better.
So you're going to call out a handful of years. And they're not even a handful. You're calling out a 2-year stretch where he was taking advantage of easier defenses during that time period.
Because defenses? Were they?
Were you calling the Orlando Magic? Was the Orlando Magic as good as the Los Angeles Lakers defense that he was dealing with in the early 90s?
Yeah, actually, they had Horace Grant.
Fuck out of here, bro.
Okay. Was it the best? Was it the best? No.
It's not better than the Lakers.
Hold on. I know that the '94 Knicks had one of the best defenses of the decade. I know the '94 Knicks defense.
Now that's a fair one. That's a fair one.
And again, hold on.
However, did he go more ballistic as a scorer than he did on the passing front?
Of course. Okay. But here's the thing. He drew so many double teams because he was cooking everybody that it led to the Rockets having one of the best 3-point attacks in the game. He facilitated guys like Kenny Smith, Sam Cassell, Mario Elie, Robert Horry, Mad Max. They had you think we're talking about 6 or 7 3-point snipers in an era where you didn't have to
2-year stretch.
Okay, but again,
that is not the majority of his career. For the majority of Hakeem's career, he was not a great passer, but he was still a fantastic playmaker.
But see, again, he was facilitating because again he would draw double team. They drew up a lot just for him to get the double team, knowing that
playmaking.
You're right, but it's also a little bit of both. I didn't say playmaking and facilitators are not not two different.
They're one and the same.
It's not exactly the same thing. You can be
every single time you ramble, you end up saying
no. I don't.
Playmaking along with facilitating. It's literally one and the same. You just trying to split it down.
It's not because again, I can name it like Bill Russell was not a great playmaker. He was a great facilitator. He wasn't a great. If Bill Russell would make plays sometimes just by he would make plays without even having the ball, just because he would run and draw defenses.
Agreed.
Sometimes just drawing a defense
blocking
facilitation itself.
Blocking shots. And
guess what? You know who's an underrated facilitator? Who's always been an underrated fucking facilitator, but people say he didn't pass the rock? Carmelo fucking Anthony. Always has been a great facilitator.
I ain't rocking with that.
You cannot rock with that all you want. I will argue any fucking body. Guess what?
We could CW put that on the docket. Put that on the docket.
Please.
Carmelo Anthony is
facilitation. Carmelo's facilitation, while the Knicks in 2013 had their best offense, way better than any year that Mike D'Antoni coached.
That was actually Jason Kidd. That was Jason Kidd. And then
Jason Kidd was you're right, Jason Kidd. Hold on, how many assists Jason Kidd? Hold on, Cash. How many assists did Jason Kidd average in 2013?
Yeah, I got you.
It wasn't a lot.
You got it. You got it. Go ahead and make
yes.
sure to put this on the docket.
See, you're saying you don't realize that you can have more than one facilitator on the team.
Jason Kidd
was the main facilitator of the Knicks. But I also said Carmelo Anthony was a facilitator on the Knicks. Carmelo Anthony is where the Knicks offense started. And he double teams that he drew.
Y'all were dead last in assists.
See what I'm saying? We're dead last in assists because even while Jason Kidd was a great facilitator, he didn't have a lot of assists. And yes,
Carmelo Anthony averaged a career high in usage. What the fuck are you talking about?
What does that mean? Does that mean he's not a facilitator?
That meant he had the ball in his hands.
Let me ask you this. Give me three better seasons for J.R. Smith.
What the fuck does that matter? J.R. Smith.
What does that matter?
J.R. Smith was in his own bag, nigga. They ain't got shit to do with the fuck.
You don't think Melo clearing out certain sides made it easier for?
Name me a time Melo passed him the ball.
Okay. Let me ask you this: Steve Novak, his career high, and I think that was his best season. Steve Novak got a contract off of the attention that Melo drew.
Nigga, Steve Novak averaging 6 points is fucking moving you, and that wasn't his career high. His career high was in 2012. Nigga,
but again,
averaging 6 points is fucking moving you.
Yeah, because in his role, that discount double check shit, he was money from that role. See, look, y'all the same people that will talk about Steve Kerr when this motherfucker averaged 6 for his whole fucking career.
You just said that Jimmy Butler was a better facilitator than LeBron, bro.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Playmaker. Hold on, sir.
You want to die on a stupid ass hill?
No, I'm not down on stupid. Here's the hill. Because we go back to the original crux of my argument that Jimmy Butler will make a team better than LeBron James. And you killed me. Talk about it goes back to who makes a team better. Yes, that's my point.
Who said it goes back to who makes it? Whoever said that? When did I say that?
I said it.
Yeah, you said that. I didn't say that.
Okay, but that's what I said.
I said that line of thinking is dumb.
Hold on, you said I'm making an argument.
I said that line of thinking is dumb. That's what I said.
Okay. So if you want to believe that LeBron is a better player, that's cool. But my point is, I think he's a better player because I don't care about the numbers.
About who's a better player, nigga. I'm talking about you even thinking that Jimmy Butler could go to a team and make them a more successful franchise than LeBron James is.
Just make them a better.
This nigga needs to go to the most ideal situation for him.
Really? Was Miami ideal? Was it? Wait. LeBron, hold on. LeBron got every all-star he wanted.
Is he on Miami right now? Is he on Miami right now?
But he gave Miami more success.
Is he on Miami right now, bro?
He's going to go to state. He's going to go to state who's better than Miami right now.
Better than Miami. Okay, so he had to, and mind you, they have the ample floor spacing. They had the big that could be able to match him in versatility, just like Bam did. They just needed a wing.
So you're giving me reasons why. You're giving me reasons why the team is better. Instead of just telling me Jimmy being one of the focal points of teams are why they're better.
Jimmy Butler.
LeBron has got.
Hold on. Was Jimmy Butler the focal point of the Golden State Warriors?
Absolutely not. Let me ask you this: has LeBron had ample help with the Lakers?
Was Jimmy Butler the focal point of the Golden State Warriors, bro?
No, I say he's one of the focal points.
Saying he's
the second best player. Hold on, he's the second best player on Golden State.
He's not.
He was clearly the second best player. He was clearly the best player on which you saying Bam Adebayo. Jimmy was clearly the best player on him. Hold on, Johnny, if you're still in the chat, you tell me who you think is the best player of your Miami Heat, Johnny. If you're still in the chat, I could ask you later. I don't know.
Wait, who said he wasn't better? Who said he wasn't better than Bam?
You did. You said Bam was the
again, because you keep cutting me off while I'm talking. So you probably didn't hear me. But what I actually said was he did not outperform Bam in 2020. And I said in 2023 that
first round against the Milwaukee Bucks overrates his entire playoff run drastically because when he went up against y'all, he did not perform as well. And against the Boston Celtics,
and I told you in game one,
matter of fact, I remember it now, bro, because you did the shit that you just did right now. You just did that shit again.
Game one, he turned his ankle.
I was about to finish my sentence, my sentence, you cut me off again to mention some dumbass ankle injury. They got nothing to do with what I was talking about.
That's some dumbass ankle injury, but it doesn't explain the performance. See, no, here's the thing, because you're lying. You're lying and telling me. You said the main guy that took final run. No, Cass. I can't cut you off if they're gonna change this shit up. I can't cut you off if you're gonna change it up.
I would be able to explain the performance if you would stop fucking cutting me off.
I
would be able to explain if you would stop fucking cutting me off.
Oh my God, this is hilarious. You clearly said that Bam was the best player of those two Miami runs.
Matter of fact, I got your YouTube channel up. I'm finna share the screen.
Please. And Lamar wants to come and do some more lawyering. Oh boy, this is crazy. Again, I wanted to just talk about, we done got off into a Bam.
Wait, before you do, can I ask you one question?
Sure, bro.
Is Carmelo a better facilitator than LeBron?
Is Jimmy Butler better facilitator? Yes.
Carmelo.
Oh, Melo? No.
Oh, so you just be deaf. So you just be deaf.
Did I say LeBron was not a facilitator at all? I say LeBron is a better playmaker than he is a facilitator. LeBron, sometimes, again, a lot of times, the facilitator is the guy off the ball.
Yeah, fair, but like you're comparing the last season's Jimmy Butler's facilitation to LeBron's, and I'm saying, bro, like all Jimmy was doing was just driving and kicking.
Okay, cool. That's what they needed for them. Wait a minute, LeBron is not a drive and kick guy.
But you just said that Jimmy Butler's a better facilitator, and I'm just like confused. Though.
No, what I said is I think Jimmy helps teams win better right now. I think again 14-1. I need a 14. He's had Anthony fucking Davis. You can't give me 14-1 in 6 years. You can't give me 14-1. The guy comes in the door and goes 14-1.
You're giving a lot of Curry's credit to Jimmy, I feel.
Well, yeah, because I think Jimmy facilitated for Stephen Curry. And a lot of people said that. Having Jimmy there, having Jimmy there takes Steph out of the having to create for others role, where he can concentrate more of scoring and playing off the ball. I'm gonna let FYF cook a little bit.
I got the clip whenever you're ready.
Cool, you can bring it up.
It's up. I don't know why, but
okay. If you ready to play it, play it.
Okay. Let me see if I can turn this up a little bit.
Turn it up. I can barely hear it.
Let me see if I can turn it up a little bit more. Can you hear it now?
Which one? Which is it? I hear it.
Okay.
Who was the best player on 2020? I said, so I asked you who's the best player on 2020. You said Bam Adebayo, right? Hold on. Go ahead. I can't hear you, but I can hear me for some reason.
Okay.
You gotta tell me what you said.
Okay, basically, I said in 2020 he was not the best player during that playoff run. I said that was Bam was the best player. I said that was Bam Adebayo in 2020, and then in 2023 he performed well in the first round, but in the second round against the New York Knicks, he did not perform nearly as well, and he definitely didn't perform nearly as well in the Boston Celtics series. That was Caleb Martin that took care of majority of the shots down the stretch being made. Understood.
Now again. One of the reasons, and I'm just preface this, one of the reasons why I wanted Thibodeau fired, because it goes back to, especially being against my Knicks, Jimmy Butler turned his ankle in game one. Remember, we were already down what's his name turned his ankle because of Bam Adebayo, right? Bam Adebayo came down in a game against the Heat. The Knicks were against the Heat later in that season. I remember because I was in the fucking YMCA playing ball when I heard it on radio, and I was in the playing ball at the YMCA when I heard it playing radio, and so I was best or second best player because Brunson was the best player that year. Was out with hurt his ankle.
23.
Yeah, 23. Yep. So we didn't run any plays at Jimmy Butler with a badly sprained ankle, and so him not performing in game 2. But my point is, right? Okay, we can split hairs here. Bam probably was the best playoff performer in the playoffs. Now again, I gotta see against the Celtics what those numbers were. But Jimmy clearly from round 1. The reason was the injury, but during the season, Jimmy was clearly the better player.
Well,
now again, we can look because I'm not here to play gotcha. We can say, okay, maybe Bam was the better performer in the playoffs, right? And injury would play a big reason. But he was the best player on the team. So regardless of the fact, Jimmy helped take 2 teams to 2 finals. LeBron won the 1 championship. Now, here's the thing. Who's the better performer in the bubble the first 3 rounds? Anthony Davis. Now, am I going to sit there and act like LeBron didn't have anything to do or had less to do with the success because the better performer was Anthony Davis? Obviously, really one of the big strong keys to the Celtics, to the Lakers, or they were outbigging everybody. Like they were too big for the Rockets in the second round. Remember, the Rockets were starting PJ Tucker at center and Robert Covington at power forward. It was like the Monstars playing against, and LeBron, of course, was the main facilitator and playmaker of the Lakers playing point guard. But when it comes to stats, both regular season and Anthony Davis, but see, we're splitting pairs by doing that. At the end of the day, I don't make debates I don't make points of, he had who and who was. The fact of the matter is, obviously, one of the most important players on the Heat that made the 2 finals was Jimmy Butler. Now, again, that supports my theory that Jimmy Butler helps, especially now at 36. And again, this is what started the argument that the Lakers would actually benefit making that trade straight up. Because even though they got to spend a little bit more money, go into the apron or whatever it is, they got to absorb a little more contract because Jimmy makes more money with his contract extension, that they would actually be more successful doing it. Again, that's my theory, and I would think that him and Luka would cook. A little bit younger, a little, he could definitely play the 3. Luka's definitely the 1. Austin is the 2. Now you can have a powerful. Actually, does he give him the young wing? No, he's not as young as he used to be, but I trust him guarding wings more than I trust LeBron at this point. And that's just the composition. Now, as I said, the Warriors would be a retirement community right at that point. I think the Warriors would be a retirement community because how are you building a team on 41-year-old LeBron? This is assuming that they make the trade like before the deadline. LeBron will be 41 New Year's Day. Right? Steph will be 38 in March. And then Draymond Green will be 36 sometime in April, May, whatever his birthday is. That's a little long in the tooth. If you don't have young, excited, and are they bringing Kuminga back? Will Curry even play Kuminga in a sustained role? Because Kuminga's always in and out of the rotation, which is crazy. It just drives me nuts because at this point, Kuminga should be like at least Harrison Barnes from those early Warriors. But that's my thing. I'm just looking at how the team would compose, and I think it would be a mistake for the Warriors to trade for LeBron. It would be a good PR campaign, but I don't think it would work that well on the floor. Well,
I did not jump into this for the Golden State Warriors LeBron thing. For all intents and purposes, I don't think that it would work out either because I think that that's too many ball handlers that's like in need of like running the offense. But that has little to do with LeBron
and what his skill set, as much as that has to do with the specific needs of the Golden State Warriors at this time period. But I only came in here because you said that you think that Jimmy Butler can make any team. You think he can make a team more competitive than than LeBron could if he got put on that team as a second option.
Well, the 14-1 supports my theory.
And that is sad that you still want to hang your hat on that after this conversation because that 14-1 has so much context added to it that it's not purely associated with just Jimmy Butler. You won't look, but you choose not to look over that just simply because it benefits you in this particular context. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I got you recorded. And we gonna see at the end of next season when the Golden State Warriors get knocked out in the first round, if they don't get knocked out in the play-in.
I think they will get knocked out in the first round.
Because it is July 12th, and the Golden State Warriors still ain't got no fucking center. And so when them niggas get knocked out, I'm gonna be looking for your ass.
You don't like Quentin Post?
What you got to say?
You don't like Quentin Post?
Quentin Post isn't a starter caliber center just yet.
Better than Jackson. Well, yeah. Okay. Y'all center is DeAndre Ayton. My theory is DeAndre Ayton flames out he crashes out during the season, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe those LA lights will benefit him. I don't know.
DeAndre Ayton isn't complete. It's not completely necessary for DeAndre Ayton to hit the ground running immediately. That's why they re-signed whatchamacallit to play backup minutes so that they could be able to have an insurance policy as DeAndre Ayton is getting acquainted.
Who did the Lakers sign as a backup? My man JB was in.
Jackson Hayes.
Oh, Jackson Hayes. The Jackson Hayes that. So in other words, JJ Redick, if needed, will actually trust Jackson Hayes this year when he didn't last year.
He trusted him through the regular season. What are you talking about? He trusted him through the regular season. Jackson Hayes isn't a starter. He's not a starting caliber center. That's why JJ Redick didn't give him the minutes.
Well, I think for what the Warriors need, Quentin Post is. Because really, they just want a body out there, and they don't want to play that. Kerr doesn't want to play. Kerr doesn't want to play a center big minutes anyway. He wants to go small ball.
You got more faith in Quentin Post than you do DeAndre Ayton.
For the role, yeah.
Oh wow! And we've seen Ayton help a team get to the NBA Finals.
Hold on again. Both of these. Hold on. First,
you haven't seen Quentin Post do anything.
Both of these teams, I think, will flame out. I think both teams are too old.
No, we're not talking about the teams. I'm just talking about Ayton as an individual talent. Where we've seen when you put him in a really good, when you put him in a good situation where you're actually looking to give him the ball, because his only gripe in Phoenix was that those two guys. They just stopped passing him the ball. And then he said, I'm doing all this work defensively. I'm getting all these rebounds. Can y'all just give me a few touches? And as a young player, sometimes you make those mistakes and you check out the team. And he's admitted when he was in Portland, he admitted that he made some mistakes in Phoenix with his attitude and how he approached those situations. That's called growth as a player. And now he said, now in LA, I'm in a better situation. Now he's with a guy in Luka who we saw what he did with Dallas. We'll look to make those passes. We'll look to get Ayton involved, and as we saw from the second half of the year last year, LeBron will be an elite second option, because as soon as Luka got there, LeBron stepped back. He did not fight Luka in that role. He said, Luka, you got it. You're the number one option. I'll be the two. And LeBron was elite as a number two.
As an off-ball player, especially.
As an off-ball player, elite. And so now all of a sudden, this is what I mean with you, King Rowe, is that it seems like when players join up with LeBron, you now have to trick yourself into believing that they're not good anymore.
No,
Ayton has a track record of being a really good player in his league. Defensively, he's one of the best centers in the league. He's one of the best rebounders in the league. And last year, he was the best pick and roll player in the league. He had the highest field goal percentage in the NBA, scoring off of pick and rolls. But we take that away from him. We take that away from him. We act like he's just no good, and we act like he's not going to be a help. I mean, it's crazy.
He's going to be a help. Here's the problem.
And then you have the nerve to say that you believe in Quentin Post, a guy who can't defend, who only shoots a ton of threes, and you have more. If you have more faith in an unknown Quentin Post.
We're doing a player for player debate when I'm looking at a team.
I'm not doing a player for player debate. I'm just.
Now you want to do. No, you're not. You do this on your show. you do this on your show, and I see that again. I got kind of roped into the debate because at the end of the day, when we looked at what we were actually debating, me and Kaz actually agreed. The problem is he looked at the fact that I said that Jimmy was a better player.
We don't agree.
No, because we agreed on the fact that you think that Jimmy would help a team win more.
No, I do not agree with that.
I
do not agree with that.
No. You believe that the Warriors are probably in better shape than the Lakers right now, based on what the Lakers do.
No, I do not agree with that either.
Doesn't matter. Here's the deal. Here's the deal.
Just create some.
Hold on, stop. Because again, we don't have to go into these sidebars. Here's the problem. Lamont, everything you said, obviously Ayton is a better player than Quentin Post. Obviously. But the reason why Quentin Post is brought up because you said they don't have a center. I don't think the Lakers have a center because I think here's the problem.
You don't think the Lakers have a center?
Here's the problem.
Ayton didn't get enough respect to be a center?
Hold on. Here's the problem. Oh my God. Everything you just said.
And just like Jimmy Butler, he helped Phoenix get to the finals.
Yeah, he helped Jimmy Butler with Chris Paul facilitating.
It don't matter. He got Luka.
Did they come close?
See how he just added context right there, but he couldn't do that when it came to the Jimmy Butler situation? Oh, okay. All right. I see what he's doing.
But wait a minute. Without Chris Paul, have they even sniffed the finals?
Okay, but what you're talking about, we know
they didn't
that when an elite.
They didn't sniff the finals before Chris Paul got traded. They didn't sniff the finals before then.
You're right. So really, Chris Paul is a big part of that success. I'm not saying he's the only thing.
No, but you're talking about the team. I'm talking about when you put Ayton with an elite point guard, Ayton thrives. Luka is an elite point guard, similar to he can pass similar to that of a Chris Paul.
But see, number one, he's okay. Again, obviously, he's a better player than Post. But as far as what the Lakers need, I don't think he's a good enough defender.
It's exactly what the Lakers need. What are you talking about?
Okay, but you know what he also is? He's a cancer. See, that's the part. He's a cancer.
What makes him a cancer, King Ro? What makes him a cancer?
Everything you literally just said.
What makes him a cancer?
He went to LA and had a great post conference.
Don't let him pivot. What is the cancer?
What makes him a cancer? What makes him a cancer is exactly what made Phoenix so willing to trade him, and exactly what made the Portland Trailblazers buy him out.
And what made Phoenix want to trade him?
Quitting. Giving everything that Lamont just said that he admitted about himself.
When did Ayton quit? Did Ayton quit when he was averaging
everything
for the season?
Giving up on plays. Not when he didn't get the ball, he's not engaged. Blah blah blah. You know that Luka had this issue with Kristaps Porzingis, right? Where Luka looks off a lot.
He didn't.
Did he have that problem with Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively?
No, he didn't. That was not the problem.
Guys who need the ball a lot less than
his problem with Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis was never there. He wasn't healthy.
No, it wasn't even that. Kristaps wanted post touches, and Rick Carlisle wanted him to space the floor and do pick and pops with Luka.
Oh yeah, that is true.
He was still.
I know that.
He just didn't get the shots.
I know that. See, you got to understand. Kristaps Porzingis.
So if you know that, then why did you say that?
Hold on, because the point I'm making is the point that I'm getting at. That you're really trying to. Again, it wasn't like a match made in heaven. Kristaps Porzingis was for the Knicks was built to have his own team, but he felt that the Knicks, who were tanking that year,
going off in a tangent, King Ro, about something we not talking about.
I can go on a tangent because I'm making a point on my own show. Again, what I'm telling you is history can't repeat it. Hold on, see, here we go. History can't repeat itself because Ayton just said he's less engaged when he's not touching the ball as much. He admitted that. Luka has a habit of looking off big men. Like Ayton, where Ayton likes to get the ball. Yeah, Ayton
did he do that in Dallas with Lively and Gafford?
Those are two guys who are just rim runner lob threats.
And what do you think Ayton is? What do you think Ayton is?
Lively and Gafford are not the offensive players that Ayton and KP are. Can you agree to that?
No, KP and Ayton are not the same caliber of offensive players, nor do they play in the same areas on the court.
But hold on, I compared that. I know they're not the same type of players, but they are guys who need touches, right? Because they're guys that you can expect actually Kristaps Porzingis expected to be like a
Aiden didn't need, Aiden was able to give you Aiden didn't need his touches so much so that he was able to give you 16 points on 13 attempts, playing on the same floor as Devin, playing on just picking numbers
when I made the point of
I'm looking at the film right now. I'm on Shot Creator looking at the film right now.
I'm glad you are.
And he's giving you 16 points in the series against the Clippers just off of pick and rolls with Devin Booker and CP3 at the helm.
That's great.
And now he's got Luka.
That's great.
Now
but here's the problem. Here's the problem.
LeBron.
This is the problem. He literally admitted that he zones in and out based on his offensive involvement. So again, he's a little. Hold on. We can all agree because I know Lamont hates to criticize players. But he likes to criticize players when it fits his need. But Ayton, one of the criticisms on Ayton is he is not a good locker room guy. He is a guy whose effort goes up and down.
How did you know that though, Ro?
Because he just admitted it. Well, based on what Lamont said.
No. How do you know that? You don't be in the locker room. So how the fuck do you know that?
Oh my God. Okay. So how do I know that? It's rumored. And again, how do I know that? Because Portland bought him out. Portland bought him out.
Girls now? So we're Gossip Girls now.
We're Gossip Girl. Portland bought him out. So guess what? I can theorize. Whether I know it or not.
Could it be that Portland maybe bought him out because they had drafted a big that panned out very well this season, and they got another big on the way?
Why would they try to trade him?
Who the fuck was going to pick up that contract?
I got it. So they would again, yeah. So he's not even living up to the contract, and they just bought him out.
Hold on, King Ro. I'm
they're completely different than what you're trying to make.
They didn't trade Ayton is because of roster spots. Because you have to understand that trading Ayton will result in you having to take contracts back. They already just made a trade where they got Drew Holiday back. Right? They didn't want to. They would have rather just pay him the money and amnesty his money as opposed to trade him and then get players back. Then you have to do more work to get rid of those players as opposed to.
You're right. They did absorb.
So it wasn't about other teams not wanting them in trade. If they would have put them on the trade market, 10 teams would have been knocking. They just didn't want the headache of bringing in other players.
Before we got Miles Turner, nigga, I was expecting for us to go after DeAndre Ayton because I figured he was going to be on a more than reasonable contract.
The Bucks were going after Ayton.
I actually thought that he would be better off going to the East, but again, I'm gonna tell you. This is my prediction. I'll stand 10 toes down on it, and guess what? I'll stand 10 toes down on it because I know I said it and why I said it. But more than likely, it's not gonna be a great situation. I think he's gonna flame out because he flames out a lot. His attitude, he has an attitude issue. This is documented. You can sit there and say, "Oh, I'm gossiping." He has an attitude.
He doesn't have an attitude issue.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Even if he did, you don't know.
Okay, here's what I know.
Basing it off of word of mouth.
We're arguing about Ayton, who I really don't even care about that much. I think Golden State, even with Quentin Post at center and his role, will be a better team than the Lakers. I think the Lakers
apologize later on for that.
Hey, listen. Because again, you know what it is. I'm guilty of always looking at what's best for the team. Again, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I would have loved LeBron James on my team. Today, even in a buyout situation, I want no parts of LeBron James on my team. Everybody,
because he's 40.
Because he's 40. But even in a buyout situation,
and he's getting paid a lot of money right now that niggas don't want to put on their contract.
I just said even in a buyout situation, if the Lakers bought him out, because you know that's what's been discussed as well, right?
No, nobody's discussing that. What are you talking about?
Nobody's discussing that. Well, no. Okay. No. Here's the crux of it. The Lakers seem to be ready to move on from LeBron.
No, they're not. That's a lie.
You're basing it off of reports based on articles that did not have any legitimate sources. They're just basing it off of track records of what they've been doing.
Cool. Remember what I said at the beginning? This is not the court of law. This is the court of public opinion, right? And if that happens, because the Lakers really do need to figure out what they need to do for their future. I don't think they want to have LeBron next. You think they want to have LeBron?
It stems back to what the New Zealand guy was telling you when he first came on.
Uh-huh.
All he was saying was, look at look at the things that we're using to measure LeBron. We're in the off season where no basketball is even being played.
Yes,
and all we are talking about, we're not talking about the actual basketball that's actually happening on the court right now. We're talking about stories. We're talking about stories with really no legitimate sources attached to them, nameless sources. Telling people,
and LeBron being quoted as saying,
hold on. None of these hold on. First of all, LeBron said he don't want to talk to ESPN. I wouldn't want to talk to ESPN if the only thing that they're doing is lying.
You know what people used to do when they didn't want to talk about it? Hold on, Lamar, but you know what people used to do?
And when is it a bad thing to not talk to the media?
But he could have said no comment. See, here's the thing.
That's exactly what he said.
So now you trying to tell another
no.
man
He
what
was
he should
quoted
say?
as saying, "I ain't got nothing to talk about."
And what's wrong with that?
That's a little bit different than no comment.
So now you telling another man how he need to respond, bro?
Yep. Because guess what? Everybody's gonna do streams though for LeBron saying, "I ain't got nothing to talk about." When he could say no comment.
And that's on them.
That's cool. You're right. See, but here's the point. This is the first.
Bron don't need to be worried about Bron don't need to be worried about what the fuck y'all doing.
As I said about KD the other night, KD is media trained. You know what it would have been? It would have hit a lot less. Nobody would have took it as if KD would have said, "Okay, oh yeah, y'all laughing, but I'm not really saying that as a shot. I'm really just speaking about the dedication, blah blah blah." KD is smart enough to know that talking about Jordan playing baseball would have been perceived as a shot. Now, whether he was taking a shot or not, the perception is there. Hold on. And Katie, who is very sensitive about getting online.
But how are you not smart enough to understand what he was saying?
No, I am.
See, that's the thing, Lamont. That's the thing, Lamont. I am smart enough to realize. Hold on, Lamont. I'm smart enough to realize that I could see it that way. But then
Katie literally said this is about the process.
But he also took a dig. See,
Forget you even trying to come up with the reason that he said this or he did this. Nigga, I want you to understand what you're doing right now. You, as a grown ass man, is sitting here doing streams about what another man said, telling him how he should have said it.
Dreamer did the same one. Call him out.
And guess what? And guess what? I got a video. And guess what, Ro? Don't you worry about it because I got a video coming out by the end of next week. That's Kwame Brown and Dreamers pull out for both being hoe ass niggas. Because why the fuck are y'all sitting there trying to tell another man how he should react to another man?
I want the smoke because this is the thing. You guys don't seem to understand. LeBron is smart enough to realize this. No comment. Nobody really got to. Okay, all right. You don't want to talk about it. To say I ain't got nothing to talk about, the attitude, the sassiness. People going to interpret that shit, whether y'all like it or not.
The more I'm hearing this, the more I hear shit like this, the more I'm starting to get on board with you, Lamar, and Ajani. But you old niggas is soft as fuck. Y'all soft.
But meanwhile, y'all
be sitting over here whining about how niggas should say
about everything Jordan said.
He sounds so sassy.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy?
That is funny because I don't like using the word sassy myself, but
hold on, casual. When was the last time you watched a basketball game and said, "Oh, I don't like the way he did that. That's too sassy." Like,
with Karl Anthony Towns. Well, Karl Anthony Towns was running behind fucking what's the name on that layup. I'm a Knicks fan. Oh, Karl Anthony Towns. Wait a minute. Shout out to Zay because he's a Warrior fan. Motherfucker, I told Zay, yo, Karl Anthony Towns been sassy for 10 years in motherfucking Minnesota. Y'all ain't never made all these goddamn memes. Now he's in New York. Every fucking time he does it, every time he says, "Oh my God," he been saying, "Oh my God" for 10 years in Minnesota.
That's not true. When that nigga did his voice change after he dropped 60, nigga, everybody made a meme out of that shit.
Okay, yeah. The one time in 10 years. That's what I'm saying. Now
they did the same thing when he got on Podcast P and he changed his voice again. And then he went on somebody else. He did another interview and nigga said stop. And niggas made a meme out of that shit too.
Yeah, they've been killing him for a while.
I've seen 3 memes of the 10 years he was in. I see 20 the year he's in New York. They even fucking put a fake picture of a dude with a tramp stamp. You can see that the dude was like 6 feet, but he was the same peanut butter complexion that fucking Cat was. Therefore, and then people was actually tagging me in the shit. Oh, look at your center. He got a tramp stamp. Nigga, that's a fake fuck. But I'm just saying, it's funny. It's funny.
I'm just saying. From that KD clip, because I watched that clip earlier today on my stream, and bro, there's so many conversations that could be had on all of y'all streams around how legitimate was his statements, and actually taking his statements for what they were and commenting on that. But instead, y'all choosing. But instead, y'all are choosing to waste y'all's valuable time, waste these wonderful viewers' valuable time talking about what you think he said.
No, casual. He's talking about LeBron's face at the game wearing his hat.
No,
Kwame Brown over here talking about LeBron James' teeth.
Yes, with the bucket hat, looking like the angry old grandfather and fucking vet. He just lost his money at the racetrack.
It's July 13th. Cooper Flag just got locked down for the second straight game in the summer league.
Cooper dropped 30,
and y'all.
Cooper Flag dropped 31. Cooper Flag went off.
Cooper Flag dropped 31, but that I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna send you these clips.
Nobody cares about
that nigga got like that. No, it's not about.
Hey, Bronny went off today, King Bro. You gonna talk about that?
Yeah, you gonna talk about Bronny James?
Hit me at 2 the other game night.
Well, I'll talk about tonight.
Okay, if he has, I did. Hold on, I did talk about Angel Reese. Hold on, I did talk about Angel Reese, and I don't want Middle America to come at me about my takes on Caitlin Clark, who I think is a phenomenal player. Caitlin
Clark is still playing from injury, and they just won today.
Okay, she's a phenomenal player, but
Bronny had a phenomenal game today. You gonna talk about it?
Hey, the first game I talked about it a little bit. Again, for what it is, you know what I'm saying?
The Sky still got a long way to go.
Okay, he was a top 10 player in the G League last year. You gonna talk about that?
No, okay. My man came up and said he was averaging 31. That's not true. He was never.
He was a top 10 player in the G League last year.
Top 10. He played select games. What was it? Because honestly, I couldn't find any real stats on him. What was his stats in the G League last year?
He finished averaging 22 points per game.
Oh, is that official? Yes. Again, my guy Tyler Kolek was cooking. My guy Tyler Kolek was cooking better numbers than that. But okay.
Tyler Kolek's a good player.
Say that Bronny doesn't even deserve to be in the G League though. Like the bad faith is kind of a bit.
I mean, look, as I said, man, look, I said this. I will root for Bronny is not an unlikable kid. The problem is, again, that smoke that LeBron brought his way, and again, that's what
LeBron didn't bring no smoke his way.
Yeah, bro.
He got drafted in the second round, not the first.
You've been playing ball a lot.
You still got people today saying he doesn't deserve to be in the NBA, bro, and then they'll literally use the Mitchell for bro, LeBron shouldn't have hyped him up.
He might not deserve to be in the NBA, but he does deserve to have a chance. He doesn't deserve to have a guaranteed contract for the next 3 years.
King Rowe, you said the Lakers wasted a draft pick on Bronny.
I do. So, I believe that. I believe that. They could have got him without the draft pick.
Who were the Lakers' last 5 second-round picks before Bronny?
I don't know. Oh, wait. Let me think about it. I know Caruso was one of them. Was one at some point. I know they drafted Jordan Clarkson. I know. I got to go back for that, right?
I said last 5. So the thing is, you don't even know these second-round picks because we know that the second-round draft picks are non-guaranteed contracts. A lot of times they are commodity spots.
My fault. C-Dub, I had accidentally posted the thing.
So all I'm saying is like, how I didn't know that getting drafted, you could potentially get drafted at 55 in the second round and be considered nepotism.
Yeah, it is considered nepotism. But here's my thing. Hold on 1 second.
That shit.
You know why? Because it among the new CBAs,
and especially when before his heart injury, he was projected to go top 20.
Was he? Oh, no.
Yes.
I know last year's draft was weak.
No, but even still, like you swinging, like him going to the Lakers out of all the teams that he could have went to. Actually, I think that were there not reports prior leading up to the draft that he had declined going to any other team?
Yeah, but
Max Christie was one. Was one.
No, but casual when it comes to the second round, especially towards the bottom of the second round.
Mm-hmm.
That happens with almost every player that gets drafted after like 35. A team will go, like, a lot of times there's actually a ton of players, like the guy that remember the guy I had him on my channel. His name is Adonis Arms. He went to Texas Tech. He's the guy that cooked Bronny in that first summer league game last year. He was in the draft. He was about to get drafted by a team. I think it was the Clippers or something in the second round. He said, "Clippers, don't draft me." He said, "I don't want to get drafted because I already got a situation in Denver as on a two-way deal." So a lot of times in the second round, you're struggling to find people to draft anyway, because everybody you call is saying, "No, I think I got a situation here. I got a situation here where I already got a two-way." Because a second round pick ain't nothing guaranteed. A two-way contract is guaranteed money in the bank. So again, these second round picks aren't what y'all think they are.
Okay,
right? A lot of these guys end up getting cut.
Here's the thing why I'm gonna come at you, because you asked me. I had to look it up. Hold on, I had to look it up, and there's a reason why I had to look it up. All right. So the last 5, the Lakers haven't made a lot of second round picks. Okay, Mojave King,
That's the point exactly.
Hold on.
That's the exact point.
And I'm
they don't use second round picks.
Hold on, Lamont. No, please let me make my point, because actually second round picks are actually quite valuable. From a team perspective, they're valuable. There's a reason why. My Knicks are made of comprised of 6 second round draft picks. You understand that?
He's comprised of 6 50th or below picks.
Potential. Okay. Mojave King, who was traded to Indiana, doesn't even count. Max Christie, who was actually one of the best perimeter defenders that the Lakers had last year in 2022.
It took him 4 years to develop.
Where was he drafted at?
At number 35, early in the first.
Okay, early second. What did I tell you? I said early second round is different.
2022. Okay. But then I got Svi Mikhailiuk. This is 2018. That's the second. They traded away so many of their second round picks because
bro. The Lakers don't typically even use second round picks. So the fact that they use the second round pick to draft Bronny does not mean nothing, because they typically don't even use them.
Have one. Hold on. Because when you
okay, so who did they miss out on that? Who did they miss out on that they should have drafted?
He doesn't know. Who was the last 10 people before Bronny that the Lakers could have picked?
Like, tell me this can't miss player that the Lakers missed out on that he should have gave a chance, that went to another team and tore it up. Because the last time I checked, if you look at all of the players that played in the G League last year, Bronny James outperformed a ton of first round picks.
Basically all of them.
I'm just saying, I think it's nepotism just simply because when he got drafted 55, Lamont, like, it's not just you got drafted, it's you got drafted 55 to the Lakers.
No, I know by definition is nepotism, but when John Stockton got David Stockton drafted to the Utah Jazz, nobody cared.
That's nepotism, right? As well.
When House got his son drafted to put on the Celtics on their G League team, that was nepotism. When the Phoenix Suns drafted the godson, his name is Big Oso Iguodala, when their second round pick, he's from here in Phoenix. His godfather is the GM of the team.
Yeah,
that's nepotism.
The Lakers is riddled with examples of nepotism.
The Lakers is riddled, but see, it's only that y'all only care. I've only heard this word nepotism being used when it came to LeBron, and that goes back to what the guy from New Zealand was talking about. Y'all start to criticize LeBron for stuff that's been already going on in the league. Y'all didn't care about nepotism when John Stockton did it. You didn't care about nepotism when Eddie House did it for his son. You didn't care about nepotism in the same draft when the Phoenix Suns did it to draft Oso Iguodala out of Marquette. Y'all only care about nepotism when it comes to LeBron pulling strings to get Bronny drafted.
In the case of them, okay, yeah, I get.
So all I'm saying is,
I personally, it's not a knock to him. It's not a knock to his legacy, but it is a fact. It is nepotism.
But look at all the coaches. Look at all the coaches that have given their sons assistant coaches jobs in the NBA. Look at all the coaches who, with their dad is a big time coach, they'll give their son an assistant coach job. That's nepotism, but we don't care.
And I think that's a bad thing as well, because I think that there's more than enough qualified coaches that could be able to step into that.
I'm not supposed to go to that category. I'm
right,
saying
man, y'all
it
can go.
happens.
Lamar, I'm not saying.
in every business.
I'm not saying
It happens in every business across every business in the world.
And I think that all of that is wrong, but I'm not saying you're attributing
Not
that
wrong.
directly
It's just
to me.
business.
Actually, no, I agree with Lamar here. Nepotism, especially when us black folk do it, is not wrong. It's part of the game. Nepotism.
That's the problem.
Society.
That's the problem.
Hold on. Society. Well, who's the king of England? Who's the, like society?
Is he breaking up for anybody else, or is it just me?
Yeah, he's going in and out. Something going on with King Rowe's system.
Yeah. No, I think nepotism all around is just a bad thing because I think that. But
I mean, even if you look to the draft,
you're on a slippery slope when you do that in the world of sports because just you know.
I believe that in life. I believe that anybody that puts the actual
here's the thing, though, Lamar, right?
Effort should not be looked over just simply because a person is friends or knows a person for them to gather an opportunity over them. I believe that is a bad thing.
Hey, Lamar, you want to know one of the last 5 Lakers second round picks?
Yeah,
Ivica Zubac.
Okay.
He was the 4th, but this is all the way back.
That was a long time ago. I said the last 5 years.
I know it was a long time ago, but this is the problem.
Last 5 years, King Rowe.
But it still was one of the last 5 that they made. But that's the problem with the Lakers.
Over the last 5 years,
Lakers thinking that they can just throw away second round picks. I'm gonna tell you, second round picks are more valuable than people realize.
So would you have rather the Lakers just traded away that second round pick?
No, I thought they could have got the the Knicks picked 2 guys who, again, we're trying to see will they have any value. We pick Harry Porty and we pick McCullers.
I'm asking you this: what's the difference between Bronny getting drafted at 55 or going undrafted, signing a 2-way deal or something like that with the Lakers? What's the difference?
Literally no, because they could have not drafted him and given him the same 4-year contract.
So what's the difference?
What's the difference is they used the pick on somebody they could have got and still got LeBron.
So who else? So there's only so many roster spots on the team. Who else was, especially after we've already seen him play? Who else played better than Bronny? Drafted below 40.
LeBron, Ariel Porty.
He did not play better than Bronny. No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
No, he did not. What's his G League numbers? His G League numbers
were not as good. His pro league numbers.
So he's not as good as Bronny.
Hold on. He made more of an impact in the pros. I know this. He had
God.
Yes,
bro. Don't nobody know who you're talking about.
Very minimal role.
You're talking about a bottom of the barrel Knick player that nobody knows.
Bottom of the barrel Knick player who actually had to start a couple of games. We had to start him a couple of games. I'm just saying. I know it's funny, but I remember him. I remember him guarding Scotty Barnes in that Raptors game that we came back and won.
Oh my God!
I remember him catching the dunk on Mobley that they called an offensive foul early against the Cavs.
Oh my God, bro! That makes him better than Bronny. So when he had an opportunity to play significant minutes, when he had an opportunity to play significant minutes in the G League, because he played the majority of his minutes in the G League, who played better, Bronny or this other guy you talking about?
Oh boy! No, Ariel Porty.
Who played better in the G League, Bronny or this other guy? I didn't say who's a better player. I said who played better.
I don't care about the G League. Why do I care about the G League?
Because that's where they both played the majority of their minutes.
Again, G League is glorified AAU.
Okay, but you just used it to say Tyler Kolek was good.
Because you know, at the end of the day, okay, some guys in AAA,
you literally just used the G League to say Tyler Kolek was good.
Y'all might not follow baseball, but some guy can hit 300 in AAA.
You only
and
go
will never make the majors.
Go to another sport when you know you could.
Yes.
You only go to
guess what? It matters. It matters. A top level prospect will hit 240.
It honestly don't, because
it can actually turn into a superstar at the major league level.
Is baseball basketball?
It's baseball, basketball, no, but it's similar with the developmental.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Bro.
Okay, it's the concept is similar because what you're trying to tell me.
In baseball, you can get drafted and still go to college and play.
Oh my God. Okay. All right.
You can literally get drafted in baseball and they'll send you to college.
I know.
It's two completely different sports.
College. No. You can go to college. I know this because one of my classmates was drafted first round pick of the Yankees, and he went to UNC. And then so
you cannot do that in basketball.
Say again. I know it's a different. See, that's the thing, right?
So then they're not the same, bro. So then they're not the same.
Whether
Stop
whether
playing
it's
these
the
games,
same or
bro.
not, I don't. You telling me what his G League number? And again, I don't even believe the G League numbers because
So how do
honestly,
you know
I've
Tyler
heard
Kolek?
so many.
How do you know Tyler
So then
Kolek's
why
a
did
good
you
player
bring
without
up
his
a
G
why
League
did
number?
yeah, why did you
Because
bring
I've
up a
seen
nigga
Tyler
that plays in
Kolek.
the
I
G
actually
League?
seen. I seen Tyler Kolek cook. I seen Tyler Kolek get minutes on the big squad the night that he dropped 30 and something. The same day, because they play in White Plains, and he came down to the he played 2 games in the same day and cooked in both games.
He
Well, he
didn't
only had
cook.
like 12 minutes, but he cooked in those
He
12
didn't
minutes.
cook in those 12 minutes. He just played 2 games in one day. He didn't cook.
Okay, again, because this is the thing,
Bro,
right?
what
These
is
guys get
bro,
minimal
you
roles. These guys
bro?
get minimal roles. I'll just
You
put it this way: at
spiraling,
the end
bro.
of the
You
day,
spiraling. You spiraling,
no,
bro.
I'm not spiraling, bro.
You gotta
So
I'm
the
not
G League is
spiraling.
good for Tyler Kolek in determining if he's good, but it ain't good for
Because he's a
determining if
point guard.
Bronny
Because
James
you
good.
know what? You know what? And I say this: G League is glorified AAU ball now, and guards will definitely like.
That's disrespectful to
Cordy's
the niggas that
development.
actually putting their
Hold
work
on,
in over there.
Cordy's
Okay.
development is a lot different than
Yeah,
Bronny's
but you're
development.
comparing. You're not even comparing players of the same position there. You're comparing a center.
Exactly. Again, Quentin Post was the 52nd pick. Remember, I was arguing about him. He was the 52nd pick.
Okay, but the Lakers couldn't get him because he was at 52nd.
I realize that. But again, that also makes my point. See, I don't want to just
Who
do
was
a
available at
one-to-one
55
comparison.
that the Lakers missed
This
out
is
on?
about more than one. This is about more than a one-to-one comparison.
Who
This
was
is more about
available at
the
55
concept.
that the Lakers missed out on?
Again, McCullers and what's the name? Because guess what? McCullers, if he's healthy, again, this is a 5-year guy that went to Kansas. He put up great numbers at Kansas, and he was a 5-year
Who was
player.
available at 55 that the
I
Lakers could have
just said
drafted?
McCullers
Not
and
using-
2 guys
He
that I
did
know
not.
about.
He already had a situation set up.
Not using
He told
G
teams not to
League
draft
numbers,
him.
but you're gonna use
Who,
McCullough Jr. McCullough Jr. told teams not to draft him.
So he wanted the Knicks. That's what you're saying?
He literally was telling teams, just like Adonis Arms, do not draft me.
I got you. He was telling, because guess what? It actually benefits the player to go on draft.
No, he already had a situation set up.
Well, the Knicks got him.
Yes. So when the Knicks call and say, we got a guaranteed 2-way deal for you, he picks up the phone and is telling everybody, don't draft me, just like Austin Reeves did. Don't draft me because I got a situation with the Lakers. Kevin McCullough, he was his was widely reported on ESPN when it happened.
So wait, you tell me the Lakers didn't want McCullers?
No, what I'm
they didn't want
saying
to wait
is,
for him.
what
We
I'm
don't know
saying
he
is,
was injured
we're
most of the
talking
first year.
about the draft, the spot that gets drafted. When McCullough picks up that phone and tells teams, his agent says, don't draft him. We have a 2-way deal that we like in New York. We like their roster. We like the potential for the openings available there where he can come up and actually play on the main team and not just be stuck in the G League all year. So at the end of the day, when you get something set up, you call everybody and say, don't draft him. Just like Bronny James's agent said, you look, don't draft him because I think we're going to pull the trigger that we want him in LA.
Here's the thing. McCullers would have had the same opportunity in the with the Lakers because they are light on wing.
He told teams not to draft him.
Okay, but you mean to tell me he would? You mean to tell me he would have refused to report to the Lakers? This kid?
Oh my God!
No, I'm just saying. I know. I'm not disputing what you say is true. But you mean to tell me he would not have accepted being drafted by the Lakers?
Why would you draft a player if he lives agent, especially at the bottom of the second round, and he doesn't want to be there? He already has a situation.
So this is a
common respect that this is a common casual. This is a common respect that every NBA team gives each other. Like once you start calling teams saying don't draft a player, most teams will respect that, and they're not stepping on people's toes.
All right.
Bro, the Grizzlies was that way with Steve Francis back in the day. When Steve Francis told them, "Do not draft me. I'm going over here. If you draft me, I'm going to go overseas." Kobe did it. Hell yeah, Kobe did it.
I know Kobe did it. These are famous, but we're talking about guys. We're talking about second round picks in this era.
No, it's rather frequent that players of all draft pieces tell you, if I don't want to be there, okay,
don't draft me.
So this is news. This is news that a guy that played 5 years in Kansas said, "I don't want to be a Laker." Okay, that's cool. And I'm not.
It wasn't about the Lakers. He had a situation in New York that he thought was optimal.
My point is, you don't think that they could have worked out the same. Again, I'm just going off the fact that the Lakers need 6-7 wings.
No, because when you get drafted, so when you get drafted, you either have to get signed on to a real contract or cut and then re-signed.
So the same thing that Bronny basically got, though, right?
No, it's not. The two-way deal is not the same because the two. So here's the difference. You want to keep those two-way spots open. You don't want to, like, the Lakers actually were smart in drafting Bronny, right? Because it allowed them to get Bronny, but it also kept both of their two-way contracts available. That's how they were able to get Jemison later on in the year because they didn't stick Bronny into one of them two-way spots.
Hey, I got stuck on a 1v2 CW. You know we're supposed to be doing this stream together, right? This is supposed to be a GoCast 10 toes down collab. But at the end of the day, no, and I get what you're saying. See, a lot of this, see, I can learn things. I don't sit here and come up like a know-it-all. So again, I get that part, and I get that part of two ways versus guaranteed contracts. I'm just saying a guy in McCullough's situation could have benefited coming to the Lakers. He probably I think he would have had a better path to playing time with the Lakers roster than the Knicks roster. Now, again, the Knicks roster a little bit deep at wing, where again, I'm going to watch these G League games with intent because I want to see if these guys can make my rotation, or I want to see if obviously Bridges never gets hurt, but if once he gets hurt, we're gonna need to go down in that rotation, and we need wings. Look, everybody needs wings. Wings is the new way. Wings is the new, like, you need 2 or 3 good wings. A lot of times people will play 3, 6, 7 guys with a point guard and a big, right? So there's a lot of opportunities if you're a 6'7" guy like McCullers. And again, he had a good career at Kansas. He had an injury coming into the draft, which probably he might have been an early second, late first if it wasn't for that injury. And at the end of the day, okay, cool. But you're saying, okay, my point is they could have got a kid like McCullers and Bronny, because you could have signed Bronny to whatever deal you wanted to. You can sign undrafted free agents to 4-year deals if you want, right? Everybody seemed did we lose everybody or what happened?
Dang, I don't know what happened. Everybody,
I didn't kick guys, so y'all know. They dropped off somehow.
I ain't hit.
I didn't hit anything either. So yeah, man, look, this got wild. This got wild. It's okay.
Life, happy life. I have my wife.
I got you. Yeah, I know. And me, I got an empty house. So I talked to them before,
Yeah, she was in there.
Oh yeah, their phone, but
but she woke up.
Cavs was on it. Cavs was on his computer. Maybe Lamont was on his phone. But look, man, because
dropped off at the same time. That was
that was weird. So we didn't kick nobody, just so y'all know. Yeah, but this was a great conversation. I mean, obviously we got the 2 defense lawyers, right? And again, like I said, man, look, this is the court of public opinion. LeBron could have just say no comment. Trust me. Yeah. This guy is smart enough to realize as I told Lamont when he was cooking me, breeding all those LeBron accountability. LeBron is media trained, so he knows what to say. Him saying I ain't got nothing to talk about is a lot different than saying no comment. Every back in the 90s when reporters and scribes and mind you, it was different. It was a different news cycle, but it was still a news cycle. You had scribes trying to write articles. So they would hang on every word that Michael say, Scotty, Barkley, Scotty, Carmelo, all around the league. Patrick Ewing, are you gonna guarantee that you're gonna beat the Pacers? The Knicks came down from 3-1 in '95 against the Pacers, took it to a game 7. Ewing missed the finger roll. Ewing gets killed for making a guarantee that didn't. So people knew certain things you don't say to the media because the media will roast you for it. LeBron is smart enough to know that will be interpreted. Say what you want. Again, Kaz can say I'm crazy, and all the 25 other streams, probably more than that are talking about it, are crazy. But guess what? LeBron understands what he's doing. Saying I ain't got nothing to talk about, having that look with the look of an old ornery grandfather that they got to tear up his racing track tickets because he just lost a big bet. I'm just saying. Nah, the bucket hat, bro. My grandpa. Shout out to my grandfather, man, up in heaven.
They knew it was gonna be talked about.
My grandfather used to love the bucket hats, bro. He used to take us to the racetrack all the time. We can run around.
80s thing. What was back in the 80s?
Yeah, man. I'm just saying the big old. Yeah, I remember. See, looking back, I didn't understand. At the time, I didn't understand, but looking back, I knew. But based on my grandfather's mood, whether he won or lost at the track that day. You know, we would always go to Wendy's or White Castle after. If he won, he would be happy to treat us to some Wendy's or White Castles after the racetrack, bro. Oh man, so took you back to the childhood. But at the end of the day, man, like, yeah, man, I'm just saying we went off on a lot of tangents, and again, you know, it really just started off the fact that I do think if the Lakers are going to get rid of him this year, more than likely he's going to play out the year. If the trade does make Golden State is probably the most likely destination, but you know, we never know. More than likely, both of those guys play out on their Yeah, we're talking about second round. Yeah, I know you're talking about second rounders. Okay, but that's the problem, Kaz. Because you were casual. See, I'm talking about half my team is second rounders. Second rounders now could be a somewhat low key way of helping build your team. Because if you get a second round hit, you get a guy that's on a really good contract that you can now pay your star. While the second rounder, like on my case, Quentin Grimes, I mean not Quentin Grimes, but Deuce McBride, you know, balances out your, you know, and again, guys that take lesser contract, we see what these guys are making now, man. Ron leaving next season, yeah, man.
Yeah, I think this is his last season. I think he's gonna honor this season, and I think he's done.
It's funny, Kaz the one wanted to talk about Bronny. That's what we started talking about second rounders because Kaz wanted to see. Motherfuckers be thinking they slick. They the one to divert the conversation and they get mad. And they get mad. No. You forget what we debate. Just like you forgot, you the one that brought up a second rounder when you talked about. Oh, you want to talk about Bronny? Both you and FYF. You want to talk about Bronny? Nah. So you we talked about number one Cooper Flag, who had a great game today.
Y'all had Kobe and Tim Duncan. I remember y'all going at it.
Man, hey, stop lying on my name. I ain't bring up no goddamn Bronny James, bro.
Who brought up Bronny James? You were F5 because I sure didn't bring him up.
Well, why the fuck would I bring him up? I'm not even a Lakers fan.
You just said, do you want to talk about Cooper Flag and Bronny? Bronny had a good game.
I said
one of y'all said that shit.
I said nothing about Bronny. I said Cooper Flag got locked up for 2 straight games.
Then it was FY. Well, Cooper Flag had 31 today. So
and y'all said that, and I said so. If he had 31, nigga, that nigga Bryant locked his ass up during that stretch.
Oh, so then you did bring up Bronny.
I said Bryant.
Oh, Bryant. Okay.
Yes. Bryant.
Okay.
The dude that plays for the Spurs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know. Okay. You know what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen. Cooper Flag is 18 years old. He's actually a year behind, like physically developed.
No. See. Now you trying to talk. No. See, set up a debate because he's trying to do that tiptoeing shit. I'm tired of doing that.
No, I'm not tiptoeing.
Set up a debate with me and Rose so I can smoke this nigga and get him out the way. All right.
Okay. You're gonna see I'm not as light work as you think. And every time you contradict yourself, I'm gonna catch that shit.
Ro. What Sturdy did to you is a light pack. You about to get? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you.
What does Sturdy do to me?
In my class, but I got time this summer, so I'll fuck you up and then I'll move on to the next.
All right, you're a little emotional for it, but we'll see. We love that you convey emotion.
This is an emotion, and this is just me knowing that you can't fuck with me. This is an emotion,
bro. You took an L today, man. You took a major L today because you came up debating me about something.
Bro, you worried about the wrong thing. You need to be worrying about the Pampers you finna be putting on after I smoke your ass. All right.
Okay. All right. You should worry about the Bucks because they're gonna be. Y'all got Cole Anthony. That's a good pickup, but I still don't like y'all.
Yeah. I know you don't like us because now that just puts us even closer to you guys, and you guys just.
No, bro. You realize that the Knicks. You realize the Knicks have swept. You realize the Knicks have won every game with the Bucks, and convincingly since Christmas.
Since y'all acquired Mikal Bridges, yeah. So that was one
season.
What about the multiple? What about the multiple seasons before then?
Why you bringing up old shit?
Okay.
Why you bringing up old shit?
Okay.
Y'all can't fuck with us now.
Yeah.
Y'all can't fuck with us now.
Y'all got swept by the Celtics during the regular season. The fuck that mean? Y'all end up
And
beating the playoffs.
exactly, and what happened in the
All right.
playoffs?
Yeah. So we gonna
I
we gonna
predicted
do
it.
the same thing to y'all. Uno
I
versus y'all.
predicted it. I predicted it. What the Knicks? I predicted it. It's on my channel. For anybody to think that I don't stand 10 toes down on shit, I predicted it.
You wasn't standing 10 toes down on that Los Angeles Lakers talk though.
No, yeah, they're not
Wasn't
making the
doing
playoffs. They're not making the playoffs. Now they could make the playoffs again. They're not making the playoffs.
You already bet your soul.
I can't wait to D8 gets mad about not getting touches because that's what happens. Because Luka gonna look him more.
Why would he not get touches like when
Because
there's
Luka's
like
the point guard.
there's three facilitators?
Because there's ball hogs.
Luka's not a ball. So how does Luka, Bron,
Luka's the
and
ball hog.
Reeves combine for like 25 assists out of their entire team's production, and that means that they're ball hogs. How does that equivalent?
Oh, the flag had 31 on that. I'm just looking at some highlights. I'm sorry. But yeah, he had 31 points tonight.
Yeah, I posted the clip. I posted the clip in the private chat for C-Dub, but check it out. That nigga Brian.
Okay, cool.
He was all over. He was all over the place. He locked up Nembhard. I think that's their starting point guard in the summer league. And then he locked up Coop for a couple possessions. And then he got like a couple chase down blocks too.
See, you know the crazy part? The fact that a team with LeBron and Luka, people want to flex that they are making the playoffs. So again, when they don't make the playoffs, all right. I want y'all to handle the smoke. But again, our bet is they can't get it as a 7 seed. They can't get it as no playing.
They can't make the play. You said they can't make the playoffs without the play-in. And I said
top six.
I said I bet
top
that.
six.
I bet
top
that.
six.
I bet
okay,
that.
cool.
Easy money.
Cool.
Easy money.
Oh, I need a D-Lo. I need you to be focused. D-Lo for Dallas. I need you to hold down the fort. If Kyrie is coming back, if he ain't coming back, it's your show. What?
No, but they just gotta be better. They just gotta be better than San Antonio Spurs. That's all they gotta do.
Okay. So you think in the morning? I think Portland gonna make the playoffs.
Portland ain't making no motherfucking playoffs.
Oh,
Shut up.
All right. You heard it here first. Just like you heard it here first, the Lakers ain't making the playoffs. That perimeter defense is
I got your team as a top 6 seed, but for the sake of this argument, I need y'all to be that 7 seed one time, man.
So y'all gonna be better. Hold on. Real quick. Y'all gonna be better than the Clippers?
No, I don't think that the Lakers will be better than the Clippers.
Okay, you gonna be better than Denver?
No.
I think that's a conversation.
Oh, the Lakers? I love it. What about OKC?
No, hell no. Jesus.
Okay, you think you'll be better than Minnesota?
Yes.
Okay.
What team
they lost Nikhil.
They lost Nah. Because they lost Nah. They got it. They brought everybody else back, but they lost Nah. Okay.
Yeah. That was the lead facilitator for the back end of the stretch during the season. Because
that's 5 teams. That's so he has conversation with 2 guys. He knows. Apparently, he thinks they're gonna be better than Golden State.
Nah, they're gonna be better than Golden State. Golden State didn't have a center, nigga. They don't have a center. Yeah. Regardless of what you trying to do, regardless of this narrative you trying to push with Quentin Post, they don't have a legitimate
Golden State
they're in such a bad spot that they're trying to buy Al Horford out.
Well, they were trying to get Al Horford. They trying to get Horford once he gets.
They're trying to give him a 2-year deal.
Yeah, if they get Al Horford, that's gonna be bad for you. The other team I was thinking about? Denver, Dallas.
Dallas. I think Dallas. Well, if Dallas is healthy, healthy is the statement. If healthy, I think Dallas is a top 3 seed. I think Dallas is going to have a higher seed than Denver going into this year. If they're healthy.
All right. Now again, Lakers still need a wing. They still need a wing, and they still need if you're depending on Ayton both ways. Again, I'm gonna tell you, I see bad chemistry there. Now again, him and Luka might cook a little bit, but all right. I mean, they're not better than many.
They still got Rui. They just need, yeah, they just need, they honestly just need a backup. They need one of these guards that the Bucks is stockpiling up. They need one of these.
Yeah, they
But
don't have them. They don't have them.
yeah,
They
so
got a boy.
but even
They
still,
got a
for the
boy
regular,
band.
that's
Jake,
something that they gotta. That's something that they gotta worry
Jake
about.
Austin.
That's something that they got to worry about in the postseason. I think in the regular season
I
they're
think
fine. I think
in the regular season they gonna get.
having a starting five of Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, Bron, Rui Hachimura, and DeAndre Ayton. I think that's serviceable enough of you having like at the very least a top 10 offense.
As much as
Defensively,
Lamont love these complex offenses, these complex modern offenses, the Lakers have multiple guys that you hunt. The Lakers have multiple guys, like pretty much their whole roster you hunt. And again, that's just my key. And the Lakers, I think the Lakers know this, right? The Lakers really need a defensive stopper when they lost their defensive stopper. They got a center, which again, a flight risk. I will, at the very least, I'm gonna call DeAndre Ayton a flight risk. All right, and an injury risk because he has injury issues as well. And yeah, I think it's good. I think they're not good. I think the West is too deep. So that's just my take. We got a little bet on it. And we'll see how it goes.
We're gonna see. Hey, see
yeah, look. This was an impromptu, fellas. This was an impromptu stream.
Put your money on your boy, man. Don't switch sides when this happens, man.
No, it's just what it is. I get it.
Put your money on, man. Because when I choke slam him harder, worse than Kane did, and he gonna know what's up, man. I am not sturdy.
You gonna come with all the passing.
I am not Travis. I ain't none of these niggas that you be playing around with in these YouTube streets. I will
all of y'all contradict yourself a lot, and then y'all forget what the real argument was about.
Bro, you couldn't even remember what year Dale Ellis got traded. So you expect me to think that you a valid opponent?
Ago. Wait. That was 34 years ago, and you tried to make the point that Dale Ellis helped Gary Payton. Like, see what I'm saying, bro?
I said he was a facilitator for the time period that he played.
You also said he was a facilitator who helped Gary Payton in his rookie year.
No, you asked me who did he facilitate. You ain't say nothing about no help.
Okay. At the end of the day, you bringing up Gary Payton. Hold on. It's not Joe Casual. Kaz, just talking loud doesn't make you right, bro. You literally see that thing. The thing about me is I have a really good memory. The fact that you brought up Dale Ellis and Gary Payton when they played less than a half a season together, it's just an awful take, bro. And again, Ellis was not a facilitator. He was a gunner. He's the guy you get the ball. See, facilitators get other players shots. They make the game easier for other players. Guys like Ellis, you want to set him up. You want him off the ball. Facilitators, okay, right. Facilitators can be off the ball, but unless it's just making space, which it wasn't really about that back in those days. And again, that's why they traded Ellis to the Bucks. He didn't facilitate. His career high in assists was 2.1. I know facilitation is not just about assists, but yeah, no, Ellis was no facilitator, bro. And bringing that up from 34 years ago, Jesus Christ, man, I was like 12. But anyway, man, this was just an impromptu stream. Me and I just text up CW. I said we had to react to this. Again, we got good content off of it. I think y'all need to understand that, man. If LeBron's going to sit there in a bucket hat and instead of just saying no comment, and we are all speculating, and we know that the Windhorse news came out and all of that, bro, you're playing into our hands. And these guys, trust me, I know that KD and LeBron are not dumb people, bro. I know they're not dumb. So if you're going to come out here and get spicy and sit there with your grandpa hat on, listen, tread lightly, Clutch.
Maybe it's just to throw us off during the summertime. Give us.
I mean, he could be, as you know, I said on this channel, bro. As I said on my show, LeBron could be master manipulating all of us. You know what I'm saying? I honestly, I still don't throw out to him and Stephen A. are cooking this shit up together to keep the news cycle popping. This, you know, this is what it is. I mean, I don't know that these guys got a real beef. They could be fucking with each other just to, you know, to have a fake beef. Whatever. At the end of the day, bro, keep feeding us though, because we gonna, you know, shit. You know, Cooper Flag had his 31. Great. I'm gonna check the stats to see what Harper did. I'm gonna check the highlights because I am interested. I didn't watch no Harper, you know, especially that being Ron Harper's son. I hope y'all got a good player. I want to see a little bit more of what VJ Escom is doing. VJ Escom and what's the name? Bailey. Other than that, man, right? This rookie class. Oh, you saw what I saw? Did you see that clip I sent you of Portland, the Chinese center from Portland?
Yeah.
Oh, I like. See, you can see what his weakness is. He needs to get stronger. Like he needs to work on them legs, and he needs to get some spring. But boy, the jump shot, the passing. He can handle the ball a little bit. They might, you know, again, you gotta have to develop that kid. But you know, did Indiana build a new stadium? I don't know. Okay. So, we got another prediction. I love it. I love it.
Okay, see.
So, opinion stated believe that the Cavs are gonna lose the bet. Lakers the 7th seed is a non-bet. Yeah, I'm not betting because that's the thing. Is I'm not copping out, but I know if the Lakers get into the playing situation, you're gonna definitely get some goddamn home cooking to get them in the playoffs. You know what I mean? They already saying
I'm not mad at those picks.
Yeah, I like that too. That's similar to mine. That's similar to mine. Yeah.
Yeah, Phoenix. I'm not sure. I'm. It depends on what they do with Bill.
Yeah,
I like the Portland pick. I think they'll be pretty good.
Yeah, I like Portland as a sleeper definitely.
Yeah, I'm not mad with those picks.
So yeah, I mean, again, then I need Dallas. I need the Spurs. If the Spurs go finish ahead of the Lakers, I want to bet. For sure. If Golden State and the Spurs finish ahead of the Lakers, I definitely want to bet. Lakers gonna have some trouble. But again, as I know too, as I say this, I know the Lakers always get a lot of home cooking, and they get a lot of easy schedule. Like they didn't make a schedule yet. They get a lot of easy schedule games, and the lack of back to backs and shit like that. But again, even with that, the Lakers gonna have an issue with that roster because they need defense. They need defense. I don't think Ayton solved what they have defense. I don't think they picked it up. So we shall see. You know, the Lakers are good at finding free agent non-draftees, but the way they are structurally, and that's the problem. And I think the Lakers know this. This is the root of this whole thing, that the Lakers are trying to start to build a team for the future around Luka, knowing that Luka's not a great defender himself. You can't have this core players like this. They're gonna have to start getting younger. Obviously, they're gonna have to start getting a little bit more athletic players around Luka, or players that played well with Luka, similar to what he had with Dallas when they did get to the finals. So, you know, and they're not gonna have a lot of resources, draft picks or whatever. They will have their draft pick next year. I'm not sure. Again, as I see this, as Lamar asked me the last 5 Lakers second round picks, bro, they don't make a lot of second round picks, and that's been the problem. Again, as we talk about second round picks, but second round picks are people. Again, half my team is second round picks, so I know for a fact OKC has some second round picks to hit. You gotta, so. But yeah, man, we're gonna wrap it up, man. Jesus, thank you guys for watching, man. Like, share, subscribe. Again, this was impromptu. We threw this together, and I put in a little overtime tonight. Thank you, Job, and listen, I did all the talking, but it's all good, man. I know you had to.
No, I'll let you do your thing. You were cooking, and y'all had y'all's little things going on the side, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do a 9-hour stream because LeBron said I ain't got nothing to talk about. FYI.
Nah, we can't do no 9 hours.
All right, man. This 3 hours is crazy though, man. But it just shows you, man. Look, man, we just talk hoops over here. Again, I stand 10 toes down on my take. Trust me, You know, again, as I said, the thing when it came to that Butler situation, and I was trying to get you to second it because I remember I said the Golden State Warriors lost, and I was dead wrong. They came out and won 14 of the next 15 games that Jimmy Butler played, 14 and 16 overall, and that's why I think Butler is more valuable to a team success than LeBron is at this point. But that's that's neither here nor there.
I'm trying a little bit. I think it depends on the team for both of those guys. If they switch places, I think Butler would be beneficial to the Lakers, and I just would have to see how LeBron plays with Golden State. I'm not sure how well he would fit in. It just depends on his buy-in. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, I think he would be motivated to play for the Lakers if it was LeBron for Butler straight up. Yeah. And I just think that you're going crazy trying to make Steph LeBron. It would actually look pretty fun, but long term, I mean, even long term, even short term, Golden State would have more issues than just I don't know. So. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
He said LeBron and Golden State would be a dumpster fire. I'm kind of inclined to think that too. I don't think it will work.
I kind of agree. I think it's not. It's a dream. 5 years ago would have been a different story. They would have figured it out. But right now, and again, especially at that age, I mean, God, that's my theme. Can't have too many old guys. Can't have too many retirement homes.
Yeah.
Which is so funny, man. These guys are all younger than me. Younger than both of us.
You got OKC out there. You don't want that out with.
Yeah, these guys are gonna run you out of the gym, man. For real. So it would behoove the Golden State Warriors to sign Kuminga and Kerr to actually play him in a role that he keeps all season. But that's my criticism of Kerr. That's another story. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, he probably is a nonsensical trade, but then again, like I said. End of the day, LeBron probably just got to play this last year out, and then hey, good luck to you. The Lakers might want to try to facilitate a sign and trade or whatever, but I think the Lakers made it clear that they want to go younger, and it makes sense. So
farewell tour, so get the rocking chair out.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my boy JB. He pulled up and he dropped off real quick. I guess he had a break or something, but yeah, because I made this stream because I figured he might want to come on and talk about it, but I decided, but all right, man. I got some packing and shit to do tomorrow, so plus I got a debate to prepare for. That's the next thing.
Oh yeah.
So
if I check
catch me on FYF. I guess I got to get to Travis and FYF or whatever to know what the time it is, but I'm sure it's going to probably be after their 12 o'clock show. So we'll see, man.
Yeah, so I'll be there. And I appreciate everybody for coming through. This was, I'm sorry I'm in and out. Like I said, my wife woke up. She was asleep, woke up. You gotta have a happy wife in these houses. So
yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt, man. But I appreciate it, man. And as usual, man, I love coming on here talking, man. I love coming on here. I love doing this. So catch us on the next one. Like I said, I will try to see if we're gonna do one on Monday. So just be on the lookout. But
yeah, just let me know.
That, yeah, no doubt.
All right,
boss.
All right, y'all have a good one.
You too.